huge shift in what is happening within the classroom. This is an analogy would be like saying that it's still okay for the skills to be taught to a mechanic is that they can change the carburetor on a 350 cubic inch Chevy motor. Where in today's day and age, we're all fuel injected. We've got electronic parts. There are computers associated with it. There are all sorts of things that just doesn't work that way anymore. The world of a teacher is very similar.
Ottawa School District is going through a redesign project that changes the way teachers have traditionally taught, and so far school officials say the effort is paying off with fewer student failures and a big decline in behavior problems. Officials also say in the near future, schools may be required to begin testing for dyslexic students and developing programs to help them learn. A report released by the Kansas State Child Death Review Board shows that the number of suicides among children in Kansas rose by 50% from 2016 to 2017. The state of Kansas has been working to reduce that number. In June 2018, the Youth Suicide Prevention Task Force was formed to survey efforts underway in Kansas to reduce the incidence of youth suicide and provide recommendations on further steps that could be taken. The task force made a number of recommendations, some of which were adopted by the legislature. This bill created a Kansas Youth Suicide Prevention Coordinator to implement recommendations of the task force. Coordinator Gina Meyer-Hummel says that the report underscores the need to collectively address the pain Kansas youth, families, and communities are feeling. The State Child Death Review Board's 2019 annual report analyzes all child deaths that occurred in 2017, the most recent year for which data is available. Those included in the report are deaths of children from birth to the age of 17. The exclusive KOFO Weather Center forecast tonight, a slight chance of showers, then a chance of showers and thunderstorms after 3 a.m. It'll be mostly cloudy, a low down to 56. I'm Don Elliott, KOFO News.
Good evening, my friends. And you are my friends. And welcome into this week's edition of Friday Night Lights on 103.7 FM and 1220 AM KOFO. I'm Bob Johnson, and we are happy to be bringing this to you here tonight. And we're happy that you're listening to us as we get you ready for Week 5 of the high school football season. And it is going to feel like football weather tonight. We'll get you caught up on the weather for the area for the games tonight, especially the homecoming matchup that'll be at Ottawa High School tonight. So we'll pass that along to you here in just a little bit as we get you all the information you need for the high school football games going on. And maybe a little bit for tomorrow for some college football. We'll pass that along, too, as time allows. We're going to also speak with Gary Bateman, who will be at Steve Grogan Stadium, and also Luke Queen, who will be bringing the KOFO High School Football Game of the Week to you on KOFO.com. So we'll talk with both of those and get you their thoughts on those games, and just give you a little information, and who knows what will happen here on the Friday Night Lights pregame show. Let's get this thing going right now as what's going to be here on the mothership coming up at 6:40 with the Rob Hedrick pregame show. And then at 7 o'clock, Gary Bateman will bring you the kick. It's going to be Bonner Springs, who comes in at 2-2. They'll take on the 1-3 Ottawa High Cyclones. It's the Cyclones' homecoming game. And after winning the opening game of the season, the Cyclones have dropped their last 3 ball games by a score of 157-31. And this concludes last week's expulsion. Yes, big word, expulsion, by Chanute, 51-21. The Cyclones have had some trouble over the last couple of weeks, getting some things going positively. It's on the defensive side, making some stops, and offensively too. It's been a full team effort, and the Cyclones looking to put something together here tonight, especially for homecoming, and get that crowd fired up and get everybody ready for the activities afterward. And Bonner Springs, they won 2 straight games in a row and then ran into a tough Tonganoxie squad last week. They were depleted by a score of 40-21. Last year's matchup, Bonner Springs rated the Cyclones by a score of 41-21. And so we will talk with Gary Bateman about this contest coming up here in about 10 minutes. And we will also break it down a little bit more. And so this one should be a fun one. Bonner Springs at 2-2, the Cyclones at 1-3. It's not that there isn't talent on that Cyclone squad, but if you take a look at their schedule, it's really been a murderer's row of teams that they have played. You've got Paola, who has just been nothing short of a well-oiled machine. Spring Hill, and then of course last week their loss to Chanute. So you've got some teams that've got a little bit of history, a little bit of meat on them, if you will. And the Cyclones here tonight hoping to get some positive juju when it comes to taking on Bonner Springs. I want to give a shout out to my friend Coach T on the sidelines there for Ottawa High, and hopefully he can help Coach Hedrick along with everybody else bring the Cyclones a victory here tonight for their homecoming. Now, over on the interweb, we're going to have the KOFO High School Football Game of the Week. It's going to feature a home game for the Wellsville Eagles. They're going to host Bishop Ward. Ward is 0-4 on the year. Wellsville comes in at 2-2. The Eagles won their first 2 games of the season and then have dropped the last 2. Last week, Wellsville was hammered by Perry Lecompton 49-6. Bishop Ward comes into tonight's matchup looking for that first win of the season. Last week, the Bishop Ward Cyclones were crushed by Jefferson West 34-0. So the Cyclones looking to get something going positively. Wellsville, after a pretty good start, they've kind of stumbled here, but it's also they've had some tough competition the last 2 weeks, and they look to right that ship here tonight on the home turf. Wellsville did defeat Bishop Ward last year 62-6. It was on the Bishop Ward home soil, so the Cyclones have a little bit of a chip coming into tonight's game, and we'll talk with Luke Queen about this one coming up also in about 10 to 15 minutes here on the Friday Night Lights preview show. Other area action, West Franklin is at Advent Health Field on the campus of Ottawa University tonight. They'll welcome McLeod in a game where both teams' 2019 season has been bowling shoe ugly. Neither squad has picked up a victory so far this season, but tonight will be different. Someone has to win. West Franklin was destroyed by Osage City 34-6 last week. McLeod had the so-called honor of facing Silver Lake last week and jobbed out by the final score of 69-0. Last year, these two teams played, and it was McLeod coming out with a 2-point victory, 26-24. West Franklin would like to return the favor and finally get off the schneid and pick up their first victory of the year. Speaking of Silver Lake, they're on the road tonight. They're going to take on the Central Heights Vikings. Central Heights' rough 2019 season continues as they look for that first elusive victory of the year. The Vikings at 0-4, while Silver Lake is at 4-0. And some might say it would be easier to broker peace in the Middle East than Central Heights picking up their first win as they take on Silver Lake tonight. But you never know. That's why you play the game. The Eagles have been the class of 3A football in the state of Kansas for a long time, and Central Heights was close last week, but it took 5 overtimes for Oskaloosa to deliver a defeat to the Vikings, 48-42. Silver Lake, as we mentioned, ran McLeod off the field. They blew their opponent away with a 69-0 victory. Last year, Silver Lake hung 75 on Central Heights. So the Vikings are really going to have to be on their game here tonight if they want to pick up the victory over Silver Lake. The Linden Tigers go on the road tonight at 4-0. They look to move that perfect record to 5-0. Northern Heights stands in the way as the Wildcats look to protect their perfect 4-0 record too. Linden comes off a 47-14 win over Uniontown last week. Northern Heights shut out Yates Center 42-0. And last season, it was the Wildcats clawing out a 21-12 victory over the Tigers. And last year's win by Northern Heights was the first over Linden in the past 5 matchups. Osage City, in a game where they come in at 2-2, will take on Oskaloosa, who are 1-3. Osage City started the season with 2 straight losses, but they've turned their season around with winning these last 2 matchups, including last week's thrashing of West Franklin 34-6. Oskaloosa picked up their first win of the season last week, but they had to go to 5 overtimes to beat Central Heights 48-42. And last year, Osage City ran Oskaloosa off the field, crushing them 56-0. And this is going to be an interesting game in the sense that what does Oskaloosa have in the tank? Coming off of a 5 overtime victory, that takes a lot out of you. You've got, first of all, the amount of football that you played, but then you also have the emotions that game entailed, and also picking up that first victory. Sometimes teams will come in that following week and find themselves flat. Oskaloosa is not going to be able to do that here tonight against Osage City, who looks to go over 500 record-wise by the end of the night. The Paola Panthers continue to march through area teams that would make General Sherman proud as they picked up their 4th victory of the year, defeating Spring Hill 35-7 last week. The Baldwin Bulldogs are still sniffing for their first victory of 2019 as they picked up their 4th straight loss when they were obliterated by Eudora 38-12. Paola has only given up 31 total points so far this season in the first 4 games. Paola blew out Baldwin last year by a score of 42-0, and the Panthers have won the last 4 against the Bulldogs. Baldwin's last win over Paola came all the way back in 2014 when they went to overtime to come away with a 20-14 victory. Paola right now has to be a favorite when it comes to playoff time. Baldwin does have a lot of work ahead of him here tonight, and we'll keep you posted on that one as the evening progresses. Eudora is 1-3 on the year. They will take on Lewisburg in Lewisburg at 2-2. After a rough start by the Wildcats, Lewisburg has won their last 2 games, including last week's 23-6 victory over KC Piper. Eudora lost their first 3 games of the season, but they were able to score their first win last week over Baldwin 38-12. Lewisburg blew out the Cardinals last year 34-0, and Lewisburg has won the last 5 meetings over Eudora, going all the way back to 2014. 4-0 Prairie View will go on the road to take on 2-2 Burlington. Prairie View, as they go on the road to take on the Wildcats, continued their perfect season last week with a victory over Osawatomie 55-15. Burlington has split their first 4 games with wins in Week 1 and Week 3 and losses in Week 2 and last week to Girard 20-16. Prairie View shut Baldwin out last year 28-0, but Burlington has won 2 out of the last 3 matchups between these 2 squads. In a battle of 500 teams, Girard at 2-2 and Anderson County Bulldogs at 2-2 come into tonight. The Bulldogs have had a pattern this season when it comes to the football team. If the Bulldogs lose one week, they'll win the next week. Well, that doesn't bode well for the boys from Garnett this week as they're coming off a win 35-6 over Iola last week. Girard won their first game of the season, but dropped the next 2 games. Got on track last week after they picked up a 20-16 victory over Burlington, and Girard captured a 14-point victory last season, 35-21, and have won the last 5 games against the Bulldogs. And other action tonight in the area. Osawatomie at 1-3 takes on the 0-4 Iola squad. The Santa Fe Trail Chargers come in at 2-2. They'll take on Perry Lecompton, who is also at 2-2. Center will play tonight against looks like Waverly, I do believe. Rural Vista plays Meridazine Valley, and Marmonton Valley is at Crest. So that's a look at the games in the area tonight. We'll keep you posted as the evening goes on. You'll also be able to catch highlights on the Kansas High School Scoreboard Show at 10 o'clock tonight with Nick Gosnell. We're going to take our first break of the night. When we come back, we'll speak to Gary Bateman, who is at Steve Grogan Stadium getting ready for homecoming, and we'll also talk with Luke Queen in Wellsville. But first, a break. You're listening to Friday Night Lights and also the weather. We're going to bring you the weather here for the game tonight here in Ottawa, but you're listening to Friday Night Lights here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Here's your exclusive KOFO Weather Center forecast.
Kansas winter can be cold, and it'll be here soon. Is your home comfort system ready? Call Adamson Brothers for your fall tune-up today at 785-242-9273. Adamson Brothers, maintaining your comfort for over 30 years.
Chance of showers before 9, then a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms after 4 o'clock tomorrow morning. Overcast, a low of 57. Tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms mainly before 2 in the afternoon. A high of 73. Chance of precipitation is 80%. Tomorrow night, mostly clear. A low around 47. At the Ottawa Municipal Airport, humidity's at 94%. The wind speeds out of the east at 10 miles per hour, and barometric pressure's at 30.17 inches of mercury. It's overcast and 57 here in South Ottawa, and at 1220 and 103.7 FM, KOFO.
How would you like to see the most exciting team in football from the front row? KOFO and Furniture Love are sending you to Arrowhead for an experience you'll never forget. You and a friend in front row seats to watch a Chiefs game? Just stop by Furniture Loft in Osage City at 523 Market Street or Emporia at 2914 West US 50 to register once each time you're there. Only one win per person. No purchase necessary. Must be 18 to win. The next ticket giveaway is for the Chiefs game on October 13th versus the Texans. We'll announce the winner on October 10th during the Brad Howard Early Morning Show.
Napa know-how.
Why should you buy a 99-cent Napa bag? Because it's no ordinary bag. It can save you 20% on 3 or more items you can fit inside. Some call that magic. Others say it's the 8th wonder of the world. But whatever it is, it's the best way to save you 20% on brakes, filters, wipers, and more. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores while supplies last. Minimum 3 items. Exclusions apply. Offer ends 10/31/19.
Right now, at the Home Depot, you can save up to 35% on appliance special buys, like a Frigidaire refrigerator for just $648, regularly $899. It has humidity-controlled drawers to keep your food fresher, and flexible storage options to keep your options open, even when the doors aren't. Today's the day for doing and saving on appliances. Now at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. U.S. only while supplies last. See store for details. Valid through October 16th.
You're in charge of hiring, and Indeed has solutions. Like Company Pages, where you can get people excited about working for you. And we give you this toy monkey, which will bang its cymbals when the right resume appears. Okay, there is no monkey.
I said there is no monkey!
But Company Pages, for sure.
See why independent research by Silk Road shows Indeed delivers 3 times more hires than any other job site. Visit Indeed.com/promo to try Company Pages for free. Terms and conditions apply.
If you have frequent heartburn, take control of it with Prilosec OTC. Instead of stashing antacids everywhere, like in your junk drawer, buried under old batteries and hotel pens, or in your purse, hiding in the one pocket you won't check. You even have antacids on your nightstand, which are very hard to see in the dark. It's time you stopped stashing antacids and started taking Prilosec OTC. 1 pill a day, 24 hours, 0 heartburn.
It's possible with Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days, not for immediate relief.
KOFO and Peckham's Pumpkin Patch, with the assistance from Gardner Disposal Service and Pleasant Ridge Farms, present the 14th Annual Old Mary's Chili Cook-Off, a benefit for the Franklin County Cancer Foundation. The Pumpkin Patch will open tomorrow, 10 o'clock, with tasting and voting between 11 and 2. Winning results announced at 2:30. There will be prizes awarded for Best Taste, Best Showmanship, and Overall Champion. Admission is just $5 and allows you to taste and vote for your favorite in each category and participate in all activities such as the hay maze, the bounce house, the rubber duck race, the beanbag games, board games, and the hayride down to the pumpkin patch. The Optimist Club Barrel Train will provide rides for the kids, too. This cook-off will be more competitive than ever, with more teams than ever before. Stop by 2710 Vermont Road for the 14th Annual Old Mary's Chili Cook-Off from Peckham's Pumpkin Patch and KOFO.
Back here on Friday Night Lights, I'm Bob Johnson, and as promised, we're going to take you out to Steve Grogan Stadium as we're going to talk to the man, the myth, the legend, the master of ceremonies for tonight's ball game, Gary Bateman. Gary, welcome into Friday Night Lights.
All right, thank you, Bob. Appreciate it.
So what wow, you didn't sound like you knew what to say there. Did I blow you away with the introduction?
Well, yeah, I was just really taken aback by the whole thing. So.
Well, I could tell. I mean, sarcasm is not your thing, Gary. Well, tonight should be a fun broadcast for you in the sense it is homecoming, a lot of pomp and circumstance, and the Cyclones have a game against Bonner Springs in which the competition, not that we're taking anything away from Bonner Springs, but it's a little bit better than having the Spring Hills and the Paolas of the world.
Yeah, you'd like to think that, Bob. Here's the thing. Bonner Springs beat Spring Hill earlier in the season, so I don't know what to make of all that. I will say this. I think that Coach Rob Hedrick believes the Cyclones can certainly play with this team. And, the weather can be a big equalizer. He was kind of hoping for some of this rain that we've had. Now, it looks like we're probably about done with it at this point in time. But Bonner likes to run the football, and they've got a very good running back in Bryce Crone. And he is going to be a key factor here. If the Cyclones can kind of keep him in check, then I think Ottawa High is they're going to surprise some people here tonight. But it's a situation where you got to keep that guy held down, make them do things that they're not used to doing, and then taking advantage of some things on your side of the football as well to try to bring home a victory here during homecoming.
I think the onus here tonight is really going to be on this Cyclone defense. As you mentioned, having to stop the run. They're going to have to make sure that they fill the gaps and that they play their positions here tonight. But not only that, they're going to have to get off the field and give the Cyclone offense some opportunities.
Yeah, and just the roster's not large enough for platoon here very much. I mean, most of the guys that are playing on offense or playing on defense too, or a good number of them. And, that's one thing Coach Hedrick has done a pretty good job of, in my opinion, and that is mixing and matching, giving people, breaks from time to time. But there's several of them that are going to be out there the entire football game. And, Bonner here once again tonight, I mean, their roster is just about double the size of the Cyclones.
And for the Cyclones, though, they do have the home crowd. They do have the energy of what's going to be homecoming. Does Coach Hedrick, though, feel like that maybe there could be a distraction with it being homecoming?
I think he likes this, actually. I think he thinks it actually helps with the focus from the times that I've talked to him about it. It can be distracting, of course, but I think that the guys out there on the football field are going to want to impress the people in the stands, and you will have a pretty good crowd here tonight, especially if the weather cooperates.
Well, Gary, we look forward to your call tonight, and we'll have the Rob Hedrick Show in about 12 minutes here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO. Have a good call.
Thanks, Bob, and we'll talk with you next week.
All right, thanks, Gary. That's Gary Bateman from Steve Grogan Stadium as he gets ready to bring you all the action for tonight's homecoming matchup between Bonner Springs and Ottawa High. Now we'll go to Luke Queen in Wellsville as it's Bishop Ward who's looking for their first win of the year to take on the 2-2 Eagles of Wellsville. And Luke, welcome into Friday Night Lights.
Hey, good to be back, Bob. Been that early start last week. Didn't get a chance to chat with you.
We missed you. We missed you immensely, and I don't think the show was the same without you.
Well, I'm sure that this was a big miss, but I'm glad to be back. Absolutely.
Oh, we are happy to have you here, and this is a matchup for Wellsville that I think they're looking at trying to get healthy here, at least in the win column wise. They win their first 2 games of the season, but have dropped the last 2, especially last week. They were hammered by Perry Lecompton 49-6.
Absolutely, the cause really came out and put it on them early. Wellsville offensively has just really not been going much at all since those first 2 weeks. Came out scoring quite a bit, and then just 6 points each of the last 2 Fridays.
And for Bishop Ward, they want to get their first victory of the year, but they're going to have to try to figure out a way to actually be effective on the home turf for Wellsville. And of course, we just had rain here, so that's going to throw a little bit of a wrinkle into it.
Absolutely. It's starting to clear up here at Wellsville, and that sun looking right at us right now. But, it'll be a little bit soft, but I think that the Wellsville will, does a good job up front in the trenches on both sides, and I don't think it'll really slow them down much.
What are going to be your keys for this ball game tonight, Luke?
Well, I think Wellsville's got to get their offense going again. Like I said, they had scored quite a bit to open up the season in those first 2 weeks and just been able to get 6 points on the board each of the last 2, so really want to get going offensively. And I think if they get on top and they can get that offense going, they're really going to do, well here this evening and come away with the victory.
Well, it sounds like they've got the national anthem going on in the background a little early, so we'll go ahead and cut ties here. But have a good call. We're looking forward to hearing the game of the week on KOFO.com.
All right, thanks, Bob.
Hey, thanks, Luke. And that's Luke Queen joining us from Wellsville for the Friday Night Lights show. We're going to take our final break of the evening, and when we come back, we'll wrap this one up with a neat little bow. You're listening to the Friday Night Lights show here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Save time and hassle later by checking your vehicle now to be sure all of your lights and signals are in working order, adjust mirrors, and check your tire pressure. This reminder from CarStar Ottawa. Call 242-8916. CarStar. Relax. We'll take it from here.
Eastern Kansas Auction Barn is your local auction service specializing in consignment, on-site auctions, and real estate. Their professional staff will present your items with exceptional care. They welcome all prospective buyers to their indoor, year-round, climate-controlled auction house with lunch bar and plenty of hot coffee. And you'll be happy to know they do not charge a buyer's commission. Whether you're buying or selling, see Eastern Kansas Auction Barn first. Call Daryl Stottlemyre at 785-241-0208.
Jim Trendle here from Trendle Lumber Company. My son Kyle is a graduate of the architectural school at Kansas University. Kyle does home designs. He's in-house, but he can also modify an existing design if you found one someplace else that you've got and you want to make some modifications to it. He's very up-to-date on the latest building code requirements. I'm Jim Trendle with Trendle Lumber Company, 1516 South Main, where service matters.
Working on a car, need a customized brake hose? Napa Auto Parts can help at 104 South Cedar in Ottawa.
Hi, this is Mary at Maggie's Gourmet Popcorn and Glazed Nuts. After you drop your kids off at school, reward yourself by popping in to pick up your favorite flavor of popcorn, glazed nuts, or ice cream. Oh, you can get some for the kids, too. Maggie's, 230 and a half South Main, online at maggie'spopcornandnuts.com.
Tim Smith with Bob Allen Ford, Ottawa. Currently, we are under an invisible hail sale. Emphasis on the invisible. Our insurance company called and said there was hail in the area a few days ago, so they came out and informed us we should discount all of our vehicles to compensate for the hail that we can't even see. Remember, sales like this don't happen very often, so hurry in for your best selection, because when they're gone, so are the additional savings. Call us at 785-242-5100 or visit us online at boballenfordottawa.com.
Rush on in to catch the savings at Furniture Loft during their fall kickoff sale. Furniture Loft is offering a winning lineup of specially priced furniture, appliances, and mattresses. Sofas for $299, Serta Queen mattress $139, recliner $149, freezer $189, plus more. Payment plans are available with and without a credit check, including 12 months, no interest payment plans. Rush on in to Furniture Loft, Market Street, Osage City, and West Highway 50 in Emporia.
A lot of real estate agents just want to move houses. They don't care who buys what, as long as because they get it done in the shortest amount of time. But at Reese and Nichols Town and Country Realty, the goal is to make sure you're happy. If you're buying or if you're selling, they're going to work hard to get you the best deal possible. 16 agents with decades of experience. That's who you want. Reese and Nichols Town and Country. Online at reesenichols.com/Ottawa or call 785-242-3182. The absolute best. Reese and Nichols Town and Country Realty.
Did you hear that Clean and Shine is moving to 109 West 3rd Street in Ottawa? Give us a call today and schedule that deep clean service and save $50 through the month of October. Call 785-418-3727 today.
Napa know-how.
Why should you buy a 99-cent Napa bag? Because it's no ordinary bag. It can save you 20% on 3 or more items you can fit inside. Some call that magic. Others say it's the 8th wonder of the world. But whatever it is, it's the best way to save you 20% on brakes, filters, wipers, and more. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores while supplies last. Minimum 3 items. Exclusions apply. Offer ends 10/31/19.
Right now, at the Home Depot, you can save up to 35% on appliance special buys, like a Frigidaire refrigerator for just $648, regularly $899. It has humidity-controlled drawers to keep your food fresher, and flexible storage options to keep your options open, even when the doors aren't. Today's the day for doing and saving on appliances. Now at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. U.S. only while supplies last. See store for details. Valid through October 16th.
We hope you enjoyed Royals baseball in 2019 on KOFO. Thanks to State Farm agent Ryan Disbro, Beckman Motors, the Ottawa Herald, and Sutton's Jewelry. Always loyal to the boys in blue. Our sponsors and KOFO 1220 and 103.7 FM.
Welcome back to Friday Night Lights here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO. I'm Bob Johnson. As we head down the home stretch, we're going to break out the whip here and take you all the way to the Rob Hedrick pregame show at 6:40 with Gary Bateman, who will have the kickoff between Bonner Springs and Ottawa High coming up at 7 o'clock at Steve Grogan Stadium. So we want to thank you again for joining us here tonight. Again, let you know the games that we'll be paying attention to tonight: Bonner Springs at Ottawa, Bishop Ward at Wellsville, McLouth at West Franklin, Silver Lake at Central Heights, Linden at Northern Heights, Osage City at Oskaloosa, Paola at Baldwin, Eudora at Lewisburg, Prairie View at Burlington, Girard at Anderson County, and then Osawatomie at Iola, Santa Fe Trail at Perry-Lecompton, Center at Waverly, Rural Vista at Meridazine Valley, and Marbiton Valley at Crest. So that's our look at games that we will be paying attention to tonight throughout the evening. So we'll give you updates on those. Gary will do that. Also, Luke Queen over on KOFO.com with the KOFO High School Football Game of the Week. We'll have he'll keep you up to date with those scores too. So a lot to try to process as we get through the evening. And we will also keep you posted on both games. You know, if you're listening to one, maybe you're not listening to the other. So we'll keep you posted on those as we get you ready for football here tonight. I want to remind everybody the Kansas High School Scoreboard Show coming up at 10 o'clock tonight. Nick Gosnell will have the wrap-up of everything going on with high school football throughout the state of Kansas. So a lot to get you covered, but he does a great job with it. So we will keep you posted as the evening goes on with that, and you'll have that show coming up at 10 o'clock tonight following high school football. And we will also have tomorrow we'll have college football with the Fusion Alley Ottawa University Braves pregame show coming up at 12:30. At 1:30, it'll be the Braves on the road to take on the Tabor Blue Jays. I'll have the call for you here on 103.7 FM KOFO and 1220 KOFO. Also on KOFO.com with the live stream. If you want to watch the video, that's cool. You can go to OttawaBraves.com, but let me suggest turn that audio down. just turn that audio down. No one wants to listen to that broadcast anyway. You want to listen to this broadcast, the home broadcast, the one who's going to give you the scoop on the Ottawa University Braves. So you will go to the audio link at KOFO.com to listen to that one. So just a little suggestion from me to you as we wrap this one up here tonight with the Friday Night Lights preview show. I want to say thanks to Larson Johnson, who is here tonight with the engineering the audio, if you will, making sure that we are on the air. Also making sure that Luke and Gary got on for their segments here tonight with the Friday Night Lights show. And we want to say thank you to everyone who's listening to us here tonight as we get you ready for high school football. And we are excited for week 5 of the high school football season. So that's going to wrap it up for us here this evening. And we will talk to you again a week from tonight for week 6 of the Friday Night Lights show here on 103.7 FM and 1220 AM KOFO.
Stay tuned for the following special presentation from KOFO 1220 and 103.7 FM. KOFO, your sports source for East Central Kansas, welcomes you to this broadcast of Ottawa Cyclone football on 1220 and 103.7 FM and online at KOFO.com. Brought to you by Quality Structures Incorporated, Dingle & Son Mortuary, Sutton's Jewelry, Advent Health Ottawa, and by Ottawa University, Kramer Pharmacy, Ottawa Recreation Commission, and Lamb Roberts Funeral Home. Our Cyclone game sponsors also include Cosentino's Price Chopper, Kansas State Bank, Adamson Brothers Heating and Cooling, CarStar, Arvest Bank, the Ottawa Herald, and the City of Ottawa, Dials Construction, State Farm Insurance Agent Keith King, and Fusion Alley with Primetime Grill coming soon. Now let's head to the field and join KOFO's Gary Bateman for Ottawa Cyclone football.
And happy homecoming from Ottawa High School as we get set for the football game between the Ottawa Cyclones and the Bonner Springs Braves. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another night of Ottawa High football. Cyclones are 1-3 after dropping a decision to Chanute last week, 51-21. They take on a Bonner Springs team tonight that is 2-2 on the season. A team that beat them last year, 41-21, in a rather bizarre game. Cyclones were in control early. They scored the first 2 touchdowns and actually had a 21-20 lead at halftime, but the second half belonged to Bonner. And Ottawa fell by the score of 41-21 in a game that featured 10 turnovers, 5 by each side. Hopefully we'll have a better played ball game here tonight, but just an exciting football game. And we'll be back to talk with Ottawa High School head football coach Rob Hedrick after we take this time out. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
It's late at night. You've been visiting family and you're on your way home. You didn't see the deer in front of you until it was too late. Everyone is safe. Your vehicle did its job and protected you. Now you get to find out if your auto insurance does the same. It will, because you have State Farm Auto Insurance through local agent Keith King in Ottawa.
I'm State Farm Insurance Agent Keith King. Let's work together to be sure your vehicle has the coverage you need. Call and schedule an appointment today at 242-9435. Stop by my office at 111 South Main in Ottawa or visit online at keithking.net.
Whether you're in the game or working around the house, injuries happen, but not all of them warrant a trip to the ER. For sprains, minor cuts, and less serious ailments, Advent Health Ottawa's Express Care Clinic can help. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Advent Health Ottawa, helping you feel whole. Visit adventhealthottawa.com.
This is Craig Dingle of Dingle & Son Mortuary. Pre-arrangements make the difference of a family that is stressed and a family that is free to grieve, to celebrate a life. Consider making your pre-arrangements to lift the burden.
Dingle & Son Mortuary, 785-242-2323.
Evercraft Floor Jacks available at Napa Auto Parts in Ottawa, Baldwin City, Osage City, and Gardner.
And time now for the Rob Hedrick Show, part of our Cyclone pregame here on KOFO. And Coach, last week the Cyclones went down to Chanute, non-league game, and boy, the Blue Comets really are for real. I mean, you really didn't know heading into that game, but they've got a football team down there.
Yeah, they have talent in a lot of different positions.
And they, when you have a quarterback like that, my goodness, 6'5", got a rocket arm, and we weren't successful in getting any pressure on him, and we made it really easy on him. So yeah, and they have skill, they have good linemen. So yeah, like you said, they were for real, and we just couldn't keep up.
Bowman had a fine ball game. Also, Bradley Peavy hurt you as well, both with his ability to catch the football, but also with his legs as well.
Yeah, and we're struggling in certain areas, and offenses are taking advantage of that. Just like our offense is struggling in a few positions, and it's making it tough to be consistent offensively. And those things, we're making it awfully hard on ourselves to win football games. And the kids are still hanging there and working hard. So attitudes are still good. We're still expecting to win every game. And it was a good week of practice, but like you said, we just need to get better in a few positions.
After they kind of smacked you in the mouth in the first quarter, the Cyclones had a nice drive there in the second period, got it all the way down to 1 and just could not punch it in.
That was frustrating, and that it's just something we get that in, it's 21-7, you never know. You never know how those swing plays like that, the huge momentum swing, the score obviously is a much better situation. It's just, and then once you get stopped on first and goal from the 1, it's like, oh my goodness. And then they pop that first big run out of the end zone, and that's tough for any team to withstand, those kind of momentum swings like that. So that was a big moment in the game for sure.
I will say, though, after Chanute scored on that drive, Cyclones came right back, and they scored on the next drive, 55-yard drive.
Yep. And so we do so many good things. We just need to work on consistency and not relying on that big play, because we need to pop a big play, it seems like. But again, the kids work so hard, and they work at it, and they expect success. We just need to make it happen better on the field. Mm-hmm. We really do.
And of course, as has been the case, so far during this last few ball games, as soon as you got your touchdown, they came back, scored with no time on the clock.
And that's a lot of things. I'll just leave it at that. Was some inexperienced kids having to play, and hopefully learning some very important lessons about game situations, down and distance, how much time is left on the clock.
Right.
And, that's the way it is. But, we had some kids that, again, they just didn't quite understand the situation of the game. They hadn't been in that situation before, but just due to certain issues, they were on the field and they just didn't make the play. But that's all right. They learned from it. We moved on, and like I said, that was another kick in the gut. The way that half ended.
Second half, though, Cyclones got a couple more scores on the board. I thought they played a little bit better defensively in the second half as well.
Yep, and to the kids' credit, like I said, they never gave up. They're always expecting. Coming out of the second half, they're expecting to play hard. They're expecting to play well, and they did. Offense put some points on the board and finished some drives. And Caleb and Dadrian had some nice hookups. Colin Creech had some really nice catches, and there in the second half, the O-line got it going, and we got Talon Morris going off tackle. So that was fun to watch. That was seeing those big chunk run plays again was fun. That was enjoyable to watch.
Let's talk just real briefly about Dadrian Aho. He is such a versatile player, and I think now he's got, 5 catches for touchdowns, 6 maybe at this point?
Yeah,
5 or 6. And he's an outstanding defensive player as well.
He's on the state leaderboard for yards receiving. He's going to be a defensive leader. He has 3 interceptions. He's played multiple positions on defense. He's our backup quarterback. He plays receiver, running back. He's our Swiss Army knife for sure, and he's a pleasure to have around. He works hard. He's a captain, and he's so active, and he's a complete package, not just as a football player, but as a person, because he does everything in school. He's involved in so many activities. I don't know how he has time to sleep.
Well, I think he's up for homecoming king tonight too, isn't he?
Yep. Good luck to him. That'd be feather in his cap for sure.
We'll talk about the homecoming game against Bonner Springs after we take a timeout. You're listening to the Rob Hedrick Show, part of Cyclone Pregame, here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
People like me are powerless over alcohol, and if we could outthink it, outrun it, do whatever we needed to do, we could beat it, but we can't by ourselves. Everything I have, everything I've done, I owe to Valley Hope.
An estimated 88,000 people die from alcohol-related causes annually, making it the third leading preventable cause of death in the United States. For more information, visit valleyhope.org. Sponsored by Valley Hope Association and the station.
How would you like to see the most exciting team in football from the front row? KOFO and Furniture Love are sending you to Arrowhead for an experience you'll never forget. You and a friend in front row seats to watch a Chiefs game? Just stop by Furniture Loft in Osage City at 523 Market Street or Emporia at 2914 West US 50 to register once each time you're there. Only one win per person. No purchase necessary. Must be 18 to win. The next ticket giveaway is for the Chiefs game on October 13th versus the Texans. We'll announce the winner on October 10th during the Brad Howard Early Morning Show.
Evercraft Trolley Jacks, available at Napa Auto Parts in Ottawa, Baldwin City, Osage City, and Gardner.
And we're back here with Coach Rob Hedrick. We talk about tonight's ball game between the Cyclones and the Bonner Springs Braves. Last year, it was really an interesting ball game up at Bonner Springs. It was, I don't know how you, as a barn burner, I guess is maybe the best way to categorize that. And I think the Braves took a 41-21 win ultimately, but the game was much closer than that.
It was. That was a fun game. You recall Chad Bones there at the end of the first half made a big play on a interception, fumble, touchdown. Yeah, it was so neat, and then that was, if you recall a big moment in that when Jackson Allen got hurt, the quarterback position, and then after that our offense started faltering. We couldn't keep up, and they hit us some big plays, hook and ladder, but it was a barn burner, and we fully expect another close game tonight.
What do you see from Bonner Springs? They've kind of struggled so far the first part of the season.
They're really a completely different team as far as they throw the ball. Last year they threw the ball a lot more. This year they're a much more run-oriented team, and once you see the running back tonight, you'll know why. Now he was their tailback last year too, but his body is college ready already. He's a very large, strong young man, and number 19, you're going to see they're going to feed him the ball. He's going to get a lot of carries. A lot of zone blocking, inside trap schemes, power reads, that all centered around number 19. So their offense is, we know where it's going. Mm-hmm. But we still got to stop it.
Right. So, of course, wrapping up and staying with the tackle is going to be key on something like that.
Yeah, we have to get penetration. We have to make him change gears, start going east to west, because he's a very, very strong young man. And if he's going downhill north and south, we're going to struggle to bring him down, short of a 5-6 yard gain.
Bonner's 2-2 heading into this ball game after a win against Eudora last week, mm-hmm. and they also have a win over Spring Hill, and so that's an impressive win for them, I would think.
Yeah, it was, and they got the run game going. Spring Hill lost their quarterback in that game, but they're a good team. You're going to see they have very impressive athletes at multiple positions on their field. They have some very, very big linemen. They're going to look good at several positions, and they are good. They're a talented football team, but they also do some things that I think we'll be able to take advantage of. We're going to need to, obviously, to stay in this game. We're going to need to pop, a special team play somewhere. I think would really help our cause. But we're going to give it our all, and I think the field conditions are going to give us a bit of an edge, seeing as how it's going to be muddy. Field's a little torn up. But no one else plays on grass anymore. We're the only ones that play on grass. And honestly, I think, and that when you add the mud to it, I think it could help us a great deal. And that's what we're hoping for. But we're looking forward to it. We had a great week of practice, and the boys are confident. I mean, they're still enjoying this. They're enjoying the process of preparing every week and coming into game night and enjoying Friday Night Lights. So we're excited about tonight.
Something else that could certainly be a positive would be the crowd for homecoming game.
I hope so. We've had a pretty good record on homecoming night. We lost last year, but we hope that there's a lot of people here. It's a beautiful night. But we want to put on a show for everybody and all those alumni that are back. Hopefully we get to celebrate with them with a win.
How is the health of the team?
We're okay. No, nothing new. Well, Adam Doran, he sprained his ankle early against Chanute, and he's a game time decision. We're probably going to hold him out tonight. So we have some other kids that stepped in the second half against Chanute that are, kind of we've rotated them in all week in preparation. So they're just going to have to get the job done because Adam's probably going to have to sit out tonight.
Okay. Good luck tonight, Coach. We'll talk with you next week.
All right. Thank you very much.
And we'll have more here on Cyclone Pregame after this timeout. You're listening to Ottawa High Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
What it means to be an OU Brave is to be yourself. What I've learned here is I've created memories with friends, and I was actually really comfortable being in my own skin here. Everybody has their own personality, and we're all unique here, just trying to live significant lives. And I think I'm going to leave here with an imprint that will last forever and that I can hold on to and look back at and laugh at and see that I not only learned something, but I created friendships and memories that will always stick with me. That's what it means to be brave, to be yourself.
Be a brave. Visit ottawa.edu. Jason Dials, owner of Dials Construction, only does business one way, the right way, according to Tab White, who recently dialed Dials.
He treated us, I think, like he would like to be treated, with a lot of respect. He definitely operates in the realm of excellence and professionalism. He possesses a great level of integrity.
And that integrity leads to trust.
We gave him the keys to the house. That's how much we trusted him. He's part of our community, and we pretty much consider him part of the family now.
For your next project, dial Dials, 418-8211. 418-8211. Evercraft engine stands available at Napa Auto Parts in Ottawa, Baldwin City, Osage City, and Gardner.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
And back here at Steve Grogan Stadium before tonight's football game between the Cyclones and the Bonner Springs Braves. A reminder that we'll have the high school football scoreboard show for you tonight at 10 o'clock right here on KOFO. Tomorrow we have Ottawa University football for you, the Braves against the Tabor Blue Jays. That is a 1:30 kick in Hillsboro, so 12:30 pregame with Bob Johnson right here on KOFO. It has rained here within the last hour or so, and the field is going to be a little slick. Looks to be in pretty good condition, though, for all intents and purposes. The wind will be a bit of a factor here, at least the way it is set up right now. It would be favoring the team moving left to right. It's an east wind, and, of course, this is an east-west field here at OHS. Last year, as we mentioned, wild football game, 10 turnovers, and Bonner Springs finally took control of the contest in the second half. They outscored the Cyclones 21-0 after intermission to take home a 41-21 win. In Ottawa, it was fun while it lasted. They scored the first two touchdowns of the game and led by one on a wild play at the end of the half that Coach Hedrick talked about, where Chad Bones recovered a fumble after Bonner had intercepted a pass, and Bones ran it into the end zone for a touchdown as time expired. Ottawa also in that ball game lost their starting quarterback, Jackson Allen, and that kind of started the Cyclones on a bit of a slide after that point in time. And it'll be interesting to see how the offense performs here tonight. They did pretty well last week against Chanute, but they've also got to play better defense. Last three games, they've given up 50 points or more. So Cyclone defense is really a key factor in this game tonight. Other games in the area tonight, Silver Lake 4-0 on the season is at Central Heights. Our KOFO game of the week on KOFO.com is Wellsville hosting Bishop Ward. The Eagles are 2-2. Ward is 0-4 on the season. A couple of 0-4 teams playing tonight at Pomona, where McLeod travels to face West Franklin. Paola and Baldwin will hit the field here in a few minutes at Baldwin. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Trumpet Trio playing our national anthem here this evening. Other games in the area, Eudora, who picked up their first win last week, taking on a Lewisburg team that has won 2 straight after losing the first couple of the year. Big game tonight at Piper High School, where the Pirates will host the Tonganoxie Chieftains. Tonganoxie 4-0, while Piper is 3-1. DeSoto will head back to play an old Frontier League foe tonight, as they're on the road to take on Spring Hill. Wildcats 4-0, while the Broncos are 2-2. Anderson County hosts Girard tonight. Both those teams are 2-2. That is a 3A district game. Santa Fe Trail is on the road tonight at Perry Lecompton, and both of those squads also 2-2 on the year. Down at Iola tonight, the Iola Mustangs will take on the Osawatomie Trojans. The Mustangs still looking for their first win of the year, while Osawatomie comes in tonight at 1-3. 2-2 Osage City is on the road at Oskaloosa tonight in a 2A district game. And a battle of unbeatens tonight over at Allen, Kansas, where Linden takes on Northern Heights. Both teams 4-0. And finally, Rural Vista at 1-3 on the year will be at Meridazine Valley, and the Trojans still looking for their first victory on the season. Captains will meet now at the 50-yard line. Bonner at 2-2 again on the season. Of course, everybody in Class 4A competing for seeding. The Cyclones right now in the 16-team eastern side of 4A bracket. They're the number 15 team, ahead of just only Baldwin. Paola and Tonganoxie are on top of the 4A classification on the east side. Cyclones have won the toss. They'll defer to the second half, and Bonner Springs will receive the opening kickoff and move right to left as we see it here in the first half of play. Bonner right now, as I mentioned, at 2-2, and they are right in the middle, as you might expect, as far as seeding for a potential first-round home game in the Class 4A playoffs, but still a long way to go with 4 more weeks of the season before you head into that 9th week of the football season, which is the first round of the playoffs now. Good crowd on hand. Those of you who weren't able to get out here tonight, we're glad you're joining us by radio. As always, we would urge you to contact our sponsors and let them know how much you appreciate Ottawa High School football here on KOFO. At halftime, we will have the homecoming coronation ceremony for you live with KOFO's own Derek Chappell doing the announcing for that. And we should also, I believe, have a report from the KOFO newsroom, or if nothing else, at least an update on the weather for you, as the rain has moved out. And that is a good thing as we get set for the opening kickoff here. Bonner taking a long time getting out of the huddle here. Now finally the special teams will hit the field. Reese Vogel will get the football to tee it up. Back deep for the Braves will be Armani Washington and Jonathan Tapia. The up back will be Bryce Crone. Hope you enjoy this action here this evening. And there's the boot. It'll be fielded by Washington at around the 14, looking for an opening, finds a bit of one, and now will be dragged down at around the 30, still finding his way forward out to the 3-yard line, it appears, and that's where Bonner Springs will start their opening drive. Rays will come up to the line of scrimmage without a huddle. Crone will be lined up as the quarterback. He'll bring Washington in motion. And handoff up the middle and a nice hole. For Peyton Parks off the left side. He picks up 17 yards to the 48 of Bonner, first down. Two receivers left, one right. And it's Parks once again, hits the line of scrimmage and breaks that tackle, crosses the 50, and picks up about 3 before he's pushed back. Peyton Parks, just a freshman. He'll come out of the lineup now. This time Tapia is lined up as the quarterback. Crone to his left. And to pass. Throws a deep ball downfield. Man open, and the catch is made. And he is going to be dragged down inside the 5. And a couple of penalty flags thrown late. Catch was made by Ethan Byers down the sideline. Perfectly thrown ball by Tapia. And I think we'll mark on extra yardage after that. It's a horse collar tackle against the Cyclones. And it'll be half the distance to the goal line. First and goal now at the Cyclone 2. Crone directing some traffic, and now Bonner Springs is going to have to burn a timeout. The timeout will come with 10:38 to play in the first period. Nothing. We're back after this 30-second break. You're listening to Cyclone Football on KOFO.
Where do you go for fun and entertainment? Here's an idea. Go bowling at the new Fusion Alley in South Ottawa. Fusion Alley is equipped with cutting-edge technology in a bright and exciting atmosphere that the whole family will love. Join a league, host a birthday party, enjoy a night out with friends. And don't forget about Cosmic Bowling every Friday and Saturday night at 9:30. For more information about your new location for fun and entertainment, just visit online at FusionAlleyOttawa.com. Fusion Alley, good, clean fun at 2204 South Princeton Circle Drive in South Ottawa.
After the timeout, Crone out of the shotgun. He'll keep it himself right up the middle, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Bonner Springs. Crone on a 2-yard run, and it did not take Bonner long to get on the scoreboard. They'll work from the swinging gate here. Now they'll move into a more traditional formation. Zachary Reno will try the extra point. Byers with the hold. Ball's down. Reno's kick is up, and it is good. There's a timeout on the field with 10:33 to play, first period. Bonner Springs 7, Ottawa nothing. Kickoff in 30 seconds. This is Ottawa High Football on KOFO.
Need a recap of the ball game? Subscribe to the Ottawa Herald for their sports page or visit online at ottawaherald.com. A 3-month subscription is only $31.13 plus tax, including internet access. Or get online for only $9.22 a month plus tax. Call 242-4700 or visit ottawaherald.com. Smart Ottawa shoppers know Cosentino's Price Chopper has the best rewards program in town. Only Price Chopper lets you earn points on all your purchases. Visit mypricechopper.com and start saving on food or fuel today. Shop Cosentino's, your local family-owned grocer since 1948.
Four-play, 67-yard drive for Bonner Springs. Bryce Crone scoring from 2 yards out, and Bonner leads it 7-0 here. We'll also try to keep you posted on the baseball games that have been played and are being played here tonight. It's a full schedule in the playoffs. Mason Spray will kick it off, and it's a little pooch kick, and a fair catch is called for, and a nice heads-up play right there made, and let's see if we can get the number. Again, we struggle with the numbers. As Caden Castleberry called for a fair catch, which he's certainly eligible to do, and the Cyclones are going to have the football just outside their own 45-yard line. So Sprague tried a little pooch kick, but didn't get enough distance on it, and the lineman Castleberry on that side was able to make the play. So Cyclones will start from their own 46, let's call it, 1st and 10. Caleb Kessinger is the quarterback, and he'll throw on first down and throws low. It was intended for Jose Richards. You have to wonder about the wet field conditions and how that might affect throwing the football here this evening. Second down and 10. Cyclones have twin receivers right, actually trips right. Single man left. Rolling out is Kessinger. He'll look to throw. He finds a man in the flat. Catch made, a tackle broken, and a first down across the Bonner Springs 45. And again, we struggle with the numbers. Cyclones got new uniforms this season, and they are very difficult to read. They are red uniforms with gray numerals outlined in white. And that might work pretty well for a day game, but for these old eyes, it's very difficult here at night. 1st and 10 at the Bonner Springs 43. Blitz showing up the middle, and breaking through is that blitzing linebacker to drop Kessinger for a loss, and that was Slater Bowman. Or check that, I'm sorry, it was Crone. It was Bryce Crone from his linebacker spot that came in and dropped Kessinger for a loss of 8 yards. Linden leads Northern Heights early, 6-0. Handoff, and that is going to be Talon Morris, who gets it across the 50 and picks up about 2 yards before he is tripped up, and the Cyclones will have a 3rd and long. Colin Creech will check in at a wide receiver spot for Ottawa. Empty backfield, 3 receivers right, 2 left. Kessinger will throw, and he overthrows his man. It was intended on the far side, and it'll be a punting situation. Armani Washington will be back deep. Kessinger in punt formation. Bit of a high snap, but not much of a rush. Kicks away. Washington makes a fair catch call and brings it in at the 17-yard line. That's where Bonner Springs will set up shop for their second drive of the night. They lead at 7-0 with 8:35 to play in the first period. Wellsville has scored. They lead Ward 7-0. That is our KOFO game of the week. Luke Queen is up there tonight. Tapia is in at quarterback here on first down. And he will drop the throw. Has the man out and out in the flat, and the tackle made immediately. Catch was made by Carter Wiley. Cale Lane made the tackle. 3-yard pickup, second down, and 7 at the 21. Man comes in motion left, that is Wiley. Keeping the ball is Crone, and Crone is close to the first down out around the 29-yard line as he went right up the middle. Crone did pick up enough for the first down. Bonner again will go without a huddle. Bonner will change formations now, and Tapia will be set to receive the snap from center. And he will roll right and look to throw. Throws it back across the field, and the pass is incomplete. It was intended for Wiley. Lane again had the coverage. Second down for Bonner Springs. Lewisburg takes the opening kickoff, drives down the field, and scores 7-0 Wildcats over Eudora. On 2nd and 10, keeping is Crone, and Crone doesn't get much. May have been a fumble. No fumble. Gain of the play at about 2 yards out to around the 32. And a 3rd and 8 upcoming for the Braves. Tapia in the ball game. 4-man front for the Cyclones. They'll hand it off to Crone once again, and Crone gets it across the 35, but is shy of the first down by 3 yards. And it'll be a 4th and 3. And let's see what Bonner decides to do here. Tapia will kick it. It bounces at around the Cyclone 37 and roll out of bounds at the 34-yard line. So Ottawa has it with 6:43 to play in the first period, 7-0 the score. Bonner Springs has the lead. They drove 67 yards on their opening possession. Lewisburg scored again. They lead Eudora 14-0 as the Wildcats, after that 0-2 start, really starting to pick up the pace here. 1st and 10, Ottawa. Wings both sides. Kessinger hands it off straight up the middle. Pickup of about 4 out to the 38. I can't tell if that was Clevenger or Morris. 2nd down and 6. Cyclones going with a tight formation. 3 wide receivers lined up just off of the end. And now Ottawa's going to have to burn a timeout. With 6:04 to play in the first period, the score is Bonner Springs 7, Ottawa nothing. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Ottawa High Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Technology, mobile banking. I totally heart my bank.
Kansas State Bank, a better way to bank with community people you know. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The Ottawa Recreation Commission is your place for activities and other programs designed to keep the members of our community active and healthy. Visit us at the GOT building or online at orcottawaks.org to see recreation options for all ages. Ottawa Recreation Commission, bring recreation to life.
Cyclones facing a second down and a long 6. Kessinger out of the shotgun. Pitches this time to Morris, and Morris is going to be dragged down in the backfield. Tackle made by Dakota Mortel. And he knew exactly what was coming there. 3-yard loss, so now a 3rd and 9 upcoming. Blitz being shown up the middle again by Crone, and now somebody jumped, but were they drawn? Offside against the Braves. Girard leads Anderson County 7-6 in the first period. Wellsville scored again. They're up on Ward 14-0. Third down now and a more manageable 4 yards to go for Ottawa at around the 41. Kessinger to throw, right over the middle, and he's got a man open, and the catch made into Bonner Springs territory to the 46. So Ottawa has it at the 45, 1st and 10. Let's see who that, we can tell you who that made that catch there. And it looks like it was Kale Lane. And so a 1st and 10 at the Bonner Springs 45. Clock is moving, 4:32 to play in first. Bonner Springs on top 7-0. Man comes in motion right. They'll hand it. No, they're keeping it as Kessinger. He finds an opening, gets a block, 35, and inside the 30 down to about the 29, and then a late push by a Bonner defender after that play was over. There's no flag on the play. That was a gain of 16 on the quarterback keeper. Ottawa driving here. They come up with empty backfield. Trips right, Twins left. Here comes the blitz. And a handoff, but nothing there. I believe that was that Kessinger keeping. It looks like it was him keeping that time. Lost a yard, it appears. 2nd down, 11. Northern Heights has tied Linden at 6. That game over at Allen tonight. 2nd down and 11. Handoff goes to Clevenger. Clevenger fights his way forward for a yard, maybe 2. And Ottawa will have a 3rd and 9. Cyclones are in a 4-down situation here. If they don't come up with it here on 3rd down, you would expect them to go for it on 4th. Clock continues to move, 2:45 to play in the first period. Rolling right is Kessinger. He's under pressure. He looks, he throws, and it's underthrown. And brings up a 4th down situation. Like Richards was the intended receiver there. Ottawa will huddle up. Play clock already down to 19 seconds, and Kessinger's is now getting back to the huddle. You need to rush this thing a little bit more. Now we're down to 10 seconds on the play clock. You don't want to have to burn another timeout, or even worse, take a delay penalty here. 3 seconds on the clock, man in motion, and now Rob Hedrick has to call time. Well, there wasn't enough sense of urgency that time by the Cyclones, and it cost them a timeout. 2:23 to play in the first period. 7-0 Bonner Springs. You're listening to Cyclone Football on KOFO.
Save time and hassle later by checking your vehicle now to be sure all of your lights and signals are in working order, adjust mirrors, and check your tire pressure. This reminder from CarStar Ottawa. Call 242-8916. CarStar. Relax. We'll take it from here.
The City of Ottawa makes it easy for you to stay informed and be part of your community by visiting their website, ottawaks.gov. You can sign up for city alerts and city news, report an issue you'd like to see taken care of, even pay your bill online. It's where the city and citizens come together online at ottawaks.gov.
Ottawa used the second timeout of the half, but they about had to do that. They were running out of time on the play clock, and facing a 4th and 9, you want to make sure this is the right play call right here. And comes in motion right. And now we've got a whistle and a flag down. Offside against Bonner once again. So that appears to be twice tonight that Cyclones have gone with a hard count. And now a much more manageable again, 4th and 4. Kessinger barking out signals. He'll drop down, he'll throw, and that pass is incomplete. There were 2 receivers in the same area, and went off the hands of both of them, and Ottawa turns it over on downs. And I'm not so sure that one of those people that got their hands on the football was not a lineman. So Bonner Springs will start 1st and 10 at their own 23. Tonganoxie leads Piper 7-6 with 4 minutes to go in the first period. The throw, Tapia. He'll throw the deep ball down the sideline once again. That pass is caught by Byers. He's at the 45 of Ottawa and down to the 42. And single coverage over on that side, and boy, I tell you what, when Tapia's in the ball game, you've got to be alive to the fact that they may throw that football. That's a big game right there of 31 yards. And 1st and 10 for the Braves in Ottawa territory at the 41. Tapia again to throw out in the flat, and a pass off the hands of the intended receiver. Byers again was the intended receiver. At the end of one quarter, Prairie View and Burlington, 0-0. That's a big game in the Pioneer League tonight. Osawatomie and Iola are tied at 7, down at Iola. 2nd and 10, handoff Crone, following blockers. Tries to break it to the outside, gets it inside the 35-yard line. and picks up about 7 yards. It'll be third down and a long 3 upcoming. Tapia again is the quarterback. To his right is Crone. Now Crone will move to the left side. Also a blocking back in front of the quarterback. Crone gets the carry. Stutter steps, gets the first down and more. He's down the sidelines. Still on his feet. He'll go into the end zone. Touchdown, Bonner Springs. Bryce Crone with a 34-yard run, and it's 13-0 with 1:05 to play here in the first. Again, Bonner will work out of the swinging gate and move into the more traditional formation. Reno will try the point after. Byers with the hold. And the kick is up, and it's no good, wide right. Timeout on the field with a minute to go in the first period. Bonner Springs 13 and Ottawa nothing. We'll have the kickoff for you in 30 seconds, and you're listening to Ottawa High School football on 1220 and 103.7 FM, KOFO.
Jason Dials, owner of Dials Construction, only does business one way, the right way, according to Tab White, who recently dialed Dials.
He treated us, I think, like he would like to be treated, with a lot of respect. He definitely operates in the realm of excellence and professionalism. He possesses a great level of integrity.
And that integrity leads to trust.
We gave him the keys to the house. That's how much we trusted him. He's part of our community, and we pretty much consider him part of the family now.
For your next project, dial Dials, 418-8211. 418-8211.
77-yard drive by Bonner Springs. And Bryce Crone with his second touchdown run of the night, 34 yards. Sprague will kick it off. Aho and Richards are back deep. And another pooch kick and another fair catch call for by Castleberry. And he makes it at the 43. Now, if you're going to do that, you've either, one of two things, you either got to get that ball kicked further down, or you just really don't trust your return coverage team. Because you're giving Ottawa awfully good field position. At the end of one at Spring Hill, Broncos and the DeSoto Wildcats, 0-0. DeSoto undefeated heading into tonight's play. On first down, Kessinger will have to keep it himself. Looks for an opening. He gets it across the 45, still on his feet. Breaks another tackle, and then is hit from behind and dropped at the 50-yard line after a gain of 7. Good second and third effort that time by Kessinger. Hale Lane will bring the play call in. Morrison, the running back, is the running back rather. He is lined up just to the left of Kessinger. Play clock at 5. On second down, Kessinger once again breaks it to the outside, trying to turn the corner, but he's snowed under back at the 48 and lose a couple. And that'll be the end of the first quarter of play. At the end of one, it's Bonner Springs 13, Ottawa nothing, and we'll return with the second quarter after this 1-minute break. You're listening to Cyclone football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
This is Eric Price, funeral director at Lamb Roberts Funeral Home in Ottawa, Baldwin City, and Overbrook. Our staff knows the importance of working as a team to take care of you in your time of need. We want to show the youth in our communities that we support their teamwork as well by sponsoring this broadcast. I invite you to visit lamb-roberts.com.
Quality Structures Incorporated in Richmond is proud to sponsor this KOFO sports broadcast. They know that experience matters on the field and when it comes to your building needs. Visit qualitystructures.com and put their years of experience in constructing post-frame buildings to work for you.
Whenever it rains, it's hard not to think about all the folks right here in our community who have no roofs over their heads, no way to dry off, no relief from the storm. Wouldn't it be nice to give them a dry place to sleep tonight, or a warm cup of soup, or just a simple umbrella? Well, you can by giving to the Salvation Army, where every donation fights for good. Visit givewestwood.org now to help fund programs that provide shelter, food, and hope to our neighbors most in need.
Ottawa High has a 3rd and 5 at their own 48 to start the second period, moving right to left. In motion, Aho, rolling his Kester, throws across the middle, has a man on the crossing pattern, 40, 35, 30, and down to about the 27-yard line. And that was Colin Creech, I believe. And a first down for Ottawa at the 26.5. That was a well-designed play there. Cyclones have it, 1st and 10 at the 26. Oh, Crone broke through and hit the running back almost at the same time he got the football right there. I believe that was Clevenger on the carry. He loses 3, and it'll be 2nd down, 13. Wellsville now leads Ward 27-0, still in the first quarter. On the reverse, handoff this time to Clevenger. And he doesn't get much, maybe a yard. I believe that was actually Creech on the carry. There's a flag called also, and it's a holding call against Ottawa. And from the spot of the foul, that makes it even worse. Pushes it all the way back to the 46, where it will now be 1st down and 29. 2nd down and 29. Kessinger to throw out the flat on a bubble screen, and the pass was dropped. Now, that may have gone for a few yards, but couldn't hold on to the ball. 3rd down long for the Cyclones. Third down and 29. 10:18 to play in the half. Bonner Springs leads 13-0. Empty backfield. We've seen blitzes in these situations quite often. Another bubble screen, this time to Aho, but there's not much there. He'll get it down to the 40. That's a gain of 6, but it'll bring up a 4th down situation, and I would imagine the Cyclones are going to have to punt it. Well, Ottawa got the good pass play, got it down to the 26, and then the penalty pushed it way back. Washington, the deep man, And a snap over the head of Kessinger. He'll try to run it down. He'll get a kick off, the line drive kick, and he'll roll and be dead at the 25-yard line. So a good job there. That ball sailed over Kessinger's head, but he didn't panic. He went back, got the football, realized he could actually get a kick off. And although it was only a 15-yard kick, that was important for Ottawa to not have that thing blocked or have Kessinger tackled back in his own territory. So 1st and 10, Bonner Springs with 9:32 to play in the first half. Braves are leading the Cyclones 13-0. And we have a flag. We'll have early movement that time by, it looked like the right wide receiver this side. Ball start. Silver Lake leads Central Heights in the second quarter, 21-0. 1st and 15, handoff Crone, big hole right side. He'll get it across the 30 and drags people across the 40 to the 43-yard line. Crone just dragged 2 Cyclones about another 10 yards after he was hit. Linden has scored again. They lead Northern Heights 12-6. Back to throw, Tapia throws the deep ball, man wide open, catch made at the 30. He'll be dragged down at about the 10-yard line. And again, the Cyclones got burned on the deep route. They'll spot the ball just outside the 10, 1st and 10 to go. You can actually pick up a first down without getting a touchdown. Handoff Crone, straight up the middle. Fights his way down near about the 7-yard line. There'll be a gain of about 4, 2nd and 6 upcoming. Iola's taken the lead on Osawatomie, 14-7. Tapia to throw a fade pattern. The pass is going to be incomplete. It was actually defended by the intended receiver because the Cyclone defender was in front of him and had a chance to intercept it. The defender knocked the ball away, and it'll be 3rd and 7 to go at around the 8-yard line. Tapia is out. Crone will receive the snap from center. He'll look to turn the corner. He'll be hit, and they won't let him get anywhere. Maybe a yard, and that's about it. Good defense that time by the right side of the Cyclone defensive line. So now a 4th down situation. Bonner Springs will go for it. Clock is running, 7:46 to play in the half. Tapia is back in. And first of all, we got a whistle and a timeout call for by the Braves. With 7:39 to play before halftime, Bonner Springs on top, 13-0, and we'll pause for 30 seconds. This is Cyclone football on 1220 and 103.7 FM, KOFO.
Napa know-how. Now at Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care centers, get a $20 prepaid Visa gift card when you buy oil, air, and cabin air filters. Because let's be honest, you probably don't remember the last time you changed them. So buy all 3 filters at your local Napa and get $20 back. Do it yourself or have it done for you. That's Napa Know-How.
Napa Know-How.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care centers. Limit 2 prepaid cards per household while supplies last. Offer ends 10/31/19.
Fourth down and 6 for Bonner Springs at the Cyclones 7-yard line. Vela leads Baldwin 28-0 in the second period. Tapia rolling right. Throws. The man's open in the flat, but he had to go to the ground to make the catch, and Washington does not come up with the first down. And Ottawa will take over at their own 4-yard line. Washington had to go low to make the catch. And, of course, in high school football, once you hit the ground, you are down. And Ottawa gets the football back, but a long way to go. Anderson County's really taking the lead on Girard, 14-7, midway through the second period. Kessinger out of the shotgun, standing in his own end zone. Rolling, looking, throwing. Nobody's there. That's going to be a grounding. It should be a grounding penalty. There's nobody in that area. And that's grounding. And I think if that happens in the end zone, that may well be a safety. Officials will talk it over. They did throw the flag. There was no Cyclone even remotely near where Kessinger threw the football. So an intentional grounding penalty. Now, if he's in the end zone, it was my interpretation that that is a safety. And it is. So Bonner leads now 15-0. And the Cyclones will have to do a free kick from their own 20-yard line. We'll keep it right here. Once again, a reminder, at 10 o'clock tonight, the high school football scoreboard show on KOFO. With your host, Nick Gosnell. Get you up to date on what's going on in week 5 of the football season. Looks like the Cyclones will elect to kick the ball. Vogel's in the game. Another touchdown for Wellsville. Their lead over Ward is 34-0. And West Franklin, looking for their first win of the year, leads McLeod by the score of 6-0. That game is midway through the first quarter. Tapia and Washington back deep. And that'll be fielded. Oh, it's off the arm of Washington. He'll run it down back at the 29. Now looking to get around the corner and cuts it against the grain, but he's brought down at about the 47, and a flag is thrown in an area where you would see probably a hold or a block in the back. Referees conferring at the spot of the foul. Personal foul against Bonner Springs. So 15-yard mark off will take it back inside the 35. And Bonner will start at the 34-yard line. Don't forget, at halftime, we'll have the homecoming coronation ceremony. Crone, the ball carrier, off the left side, and he finds open space. Now it's a foot race, and Crone's going to win it. He is going to go 66 yards, but there is a flag down back just behind the line of scrimmage, so this one might come back. Holding against Bonner Springs. Well, that's a big penalty right there on the Braves. It's going to push them back to the 24-yard line. Instead of a touchdown, they're going to face a first down and 20. Pass out in the flat is caught by Washington, and he'll be stopped at about the original line of scrimmage, the 34. DeSoto has taken the lead on Spring Hill 7-0 late in the second period. Hale has scored again. Their lead over Baldwin 35-0 now as the Panthers continue to roll. Here it's 15-0 Bonner Springs. 6:27 to play in the first half. Braves have it second down and 11. Tapia will hand off to Crone. Crone breaks it to the outside, breaks a tackle. He's across midfield and down the sidelines. He could go, and he is going to be tripped up by Colin Creech and stopped him short at the 1-yard line. Well, a nice run by Bryce Crone, certainly, but credit Colin Creech for not giving up on that play, and he finally was able to trip him up and stop the score. So first and goal at the Cyclone 1-yard line. They'll work out of the Wildcat now. But first, timeout called for by the Braves. Their final one of the half. It comes with 5:51 to play in the first half. Bonner Springs leads Ottawa 15-0, and we'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Ottawa High School football on KOFO.
Mom, I think this doll I found in the attic is cursed.
No, its eyes are just very lifelike.
Then why does its head keep spinning?
Be my friend forever.
Oh, that is scary.
You know what's really scary? Missing out on Geico's easy-to-use mobile app. You can manage your Geico policy whenever, wherever.
Let's play with another doll. Or we can just bury it deep in the ground.
Happy Geico-ween. Download the industry-leading Geico app today.
First and goal for Bonner Springs. Crone out of the Wildcat. He'll take it off the left side, be hit at the line of scrimmage, or behind the line of scrimmage, and stop for no gain. I believe that was Dadrian Aho that made that tackle. On second and goal off the right side this time, he's hit at the line, but he gets enough of a forward push that he gets into the end zone, and Bryce Crone has his third touchdown of the night. Cyclone defense continues to struggle. Reno to try the extra point out of the hold of Byers. And his kick is up, and this one is good. 5:23 to play in the first half. Score now, Bonner Springs 22 and Ottawa nothing. We'll return with the kickoff in 30 seconds. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM, KOFO.
Let's face it, auto insurance can be confusing. Do you know your comprehensive from your collision, your no fault from liability, your premium from your deductible? After an accident is no time to find out that your definition of full coverage is actually different from what your policy says. Let local State Farm Insurance Agent Keith King explain auto insurance in terms you can understand.
I'm State Farm Insurance Agent Keith King. Let's work together to be sure your vehicle has the coverage you need. Call and schedule an appointment today at 242-9435. Stop by my office at 111 South Main in Ottawa or visit online at keithking.net.
Evercraft sockets and tools available at Napa Auto Parts in Ottawa, Baldwin City, Osage City, and Gardner.
That drive for Bonner Springs covered 75 yards. Of course, the big play was the run by Crone that took the Braves from the 34 all the way down to the 1. And then Crone scores his third touchdown of the night. Sprague will kick it off. Cyclones not very deep at all. This is another little pooch kick. And the fair catch made at the 33-yard line this time. They kicked it a little bit deeper. Kicking with the wind. Maybe that's the difference. So Ottawa will start there. Ottawa's had a few nice offensive plays. They've gotten into Braves territory a couple times, but cannot seem to get it any farther. First and 10. Ottawa will send four receivers, it looks like, to this side. And a flag thrown, delay of game. Well, that's really not something that should happen. Delay of game on the first play of a drive. Now, if the Cyclones use this same setup, they need to realize that last time it looked like Bonner was showing weak side blitz. Pitch going to Aho, cutting it against the grain. Gets it across the line of scrimmage, picks up about 3 or 4. I think that might have been Morris. Once again, we apologize. I wish I could tell you that it's all me on this, being able to read the numbers, but frankly, these jerseys just are not good for that purpose. Second down and 11 after a 4-yard gain. Morris is the running back to the left of Kessinger. Kessinger will throw across the middle, has his man wide open. Catch made and into Bonner Springs territory. And let's see if that was Richards or Aho. It was one of the two of them. And a gain to the 48, first and 10 Ottawa. I believe that was Richards that time. Clevenger's now into the ball game at the running back spot. He'll actually line up as a receiver in this set. Empty backfield. Quick fat pass and thrown behind the intended receiver on a slant route. Falls incomplete. Prairie View and Burlington are tied 6-6 right before half. Big 3A district matchup, as well as being a big Pioneer League game. Again, empty backfield on 2nd and 10. Coming into the backfield is Clevenger. He gets the call on the jet sweep and gets a couple of yards to about the 46 before he stopped. It'll be 3rd and 8 upcoming. Clock is running, 3:52 to play here in the first half. Another score for the Paola Panthers. They lead Baldwin 42-0. On 3rd and 8, Kessinger out of the shotgun. He'll throw. Now rolls right. Now comes back the other way. May have some running room. And he'll throw late, and the pass is knocked away. Well, I think that was an error in judgment right there. Kessinger was trying to make a play, but he had a better chance of picking up the first down yardage, it looked to me, with his legs than with his arm. So 4th and 8. And Ottawa will punt with 3:16 to go in the half. Washington is the deep man. Oh, another lazy snap, but Kessinger has time, gets the kick away, and it will roll out of bounds at around the 22-yard line. So 1st and 10 Bonner with 3:09 to play in the half. They do not have a timeout remaining. Toppy is the quarterback. Hands off to Crone left side, and Crone gets it out to the 25, picks up about 3 yards on the play. At halftime, Santa Fe Trail leads Perry Lecompton 15-6. Crone again on the carry off the left side, pushing his way forward. And they won't bring him down until he crosses the 35 and all the way out to around the 39-yard line. At the 39 rather, 1st and 10, 2:30, and the clock starts up again. Tapia throws out in the flat, has a man open, catch made, and a first down across midfield. So Bonner has it in Ottawa territory now at the 49. It stops the clock until they set the chains. Tapia again to throw. Looks, throws deep down the field. He's got a man open. It's Washington, and Washington will outrace the secondary. Touchdown, Bonner Springs. Now 28-0 with the extra point attempt coming up. Reno will kick. And the extra point attempt is good. With 2 minutes to go in the first half, the score is Bonner Springs 29 and Ottawa nothing. We'll return with the kickoff in 30 seconds. You're listening to Ottawa High School Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
This is Eric Price, Funeral Director at Lamb Roberts Funeral Home in Ottawa, Baldwin City, and Overbrook. We're proud to be involved in the communities we serve and support the youth of today because they're our leaders for tomorrow. Lamb Roberts Funeral Home, providing compassionate care when you need it most.
This is Craig Dingle of Dingle & Son Mortuary. All of our locations sell monuments. We have talented people who are experts in bringing your ideas to life to help you create the monument you envision. The possibilities are unlimited.
Dingle & Son Mortuary, 785-242-2323.
This drive covers 78 yards, and the bomb from Jonathan Tapia to Armani Washington covers 49 yards for the score. Aho and Richards are deep. The pooch kick again. Fair catch called for him. Made at the 35. Ottawa has one timeout remaining. And at halftime, the homecoming ceremony is live here on KOFO. Wellsville scored again. They lead Bishop Ward 41-0. Maybe an early night for Luke Queen tonight over at Wellsville. Kessinger will throw. Throws across the middle. Pass is tipped again, and it will be intercepted. Diving interception made at the 47-yard line. That is the first turnover of the night. Now Bonner has it at the 48. With still 1:54 to play before half. Tapia out of the shotgun. Pump fakes, throws deep down the field, and the pass is going to be caught. And out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. And there's an injured Cyclone along that far sideline. Catch was made over there, it appeared, by Rashad Dockery. Tapia has thrown some nice balls here tonight. That one was right on the money. Cyclone player up. He'll come to the sidelines. Looks like it's Creech. 1st and 10 now at the 14. Man comes in motion right. Tapia to throw, pump fakes, looks, throws into the end zone, catches incomplete. It was dropped. And it'll bring up 2nd and 10 with 1:42 to go before half. Iola has scored again. They lead Osawatomie 20-7. That game down at Iola tonight. Play clock down to 9. Tapia will throw out in the flat to Crone. He makes the catch, 15-10, 5, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Bonner Springs. The second touchdown pass of the night for Jonathan Tapia, and the 4th touchdown of the night for Crone. Reno in to try the extra point. And the kick is blocked. I believe that was Aho that got through there. We'll check it and see. Timeout on the field, 1:34 to play in the half. Bonner Springs 35, Ottawa nothing. And we're back with the kickoff in 30 seconds. This is Cyclone football on KOFO.
Mom, I think this doll I found in the attic is cursed.
No, its eyes are just very lifelike.
Then why does its head keep spinning?
Be my friend forever.
Oh, that is scary.
You know what's really scary? Missing out on Geico's easy-to-use mobile app. You can manage your Geico policy whenever, wherever.
Let's play with another doll. Or we can just bury it deep in the ground.
Happy Geico-ween. Download the industry-leading Geico app today.
It was Seth Covison on the block of that extra point attempt, so give credit where credit's due. Good job by Covison to break right through the middle and block that extra point attempt. Sprague will once again kick it off. And this is a ground ball kick that'll roll out of bounds. So Ottawa will have it where it went out at around the 40-yard line with 1:34 on the clock. Halftime, Lewisburg leads Eudora 17-0. Iola and Osawatomie are also at half. 20-7 Mustangs lead the Trojans. At halftime, DeSoto on top of Spring Hill 7-0. That game being played at Spring Hill tonight. Morris in the backfield this time with Kessinger. He'll get the handoff, hit, crosses the line of scrimmage, picks up about 3 out to the 43. Clock will continue to tick. Ottawa sends twins to each side as receivers. Kessinger to throw out in the flat, and it is picked off. Reading it perfectly was I think that was Brandon Andrews. I couldn't tell the number for sure, but another interception gives Bonner the ball in Ottawa territory this time, and that ball was just telegraphed. 1st and 10, Braves at the 45-yard line of Ottawa. Still time on the clock, 57 seconds. Washington in motion right, blitz being shown. Tapia has time. Another deep ball down the left sideline and just out of the reach of the intended receiver and falls incomplete. Northern Heights has taken the lead on Linden. It's 21-20. With about 1.5 minutes left in the first half. 2nd down 10. Rolling right is Tapia. Throws, passes, caught. Washington trying to get out of bounds, can't do it. He's short of the first down, so the clock will continue to tick. Brought down at the 37, where it'll be 3rd down and 2. Again, Bonner Springs cannot stop the clock. They have no timeouts. 3rd down 2. They're taking a long time here. Tapia will throw out in the flat to Crone. Crone is going to get the first down and be brought down at around the 32. Stops the clock with 12 seconds to play in the half. Bonner needs to get to the line quickly to be able to spike the football. This may be the last play of the half as the clock running down at 6. Tapia throws it out of bounds, stops the clock with 2 seconds to play. So time for one more play, barring a penalty. Tapia out of the shotgun. Drops. Plenty of time. Throws deep down the field. Man wide open. Wiley. Touchdown, Bonner Springs. No, check that. He dropped it. He dropped it in the end zone. He was wide open and couldn't hang on. And that is the end of the first half of play with the score. Bonner Springs 35, Ottawa nothing. We'll be back in 2 minutes. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Riley's back. It's a miracle, all thanks to a brand new treatment that's only available here in the U.S.
But Nancy Pelosi's drug plan would dry up life-saving innovation. Pelosi's plan means sweeping price controls and importing socialist policies from countries where drug access lags the U.S. by years. Innovation will be penalized with a new 65 to 95% tax on drug sales. In Medicare, the bill hits manufacturers with a massive new charge. America's free market in medicines is the innovation engine for the world and key to our economy. Socialist price controls and giant tax hikes will grind it to a halt. Tell your congressman to fight the Pelosi approach. No tax increases, no price controls, no creeping socialism. Let's support market-based reforms and competition.
Goal! Oh yeah, that's the way to compete.
Paid for by Americans for Tax Reform. Visit atr.org.
If you have frequent heartburn, take control of it with Prilosec OTC instead of stashing antacids everywhere, like in your junk drawer, buried under old batteries and hotel pens, or in your purse, hiding in the one pocket you won't check. You even have antacids on your nightstand, which are very hard to see in the dark. It's time you stopped stashing antacids and started taking Prilosec OTC. 1 pill a day, 24 hours, zero heartburn.
It's possible with Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days, not for immediate relief.
Napa know-how. Now at Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care centers, get a $20 prepaid Visa gift card when you buy oil, air, and cabin air filters. Because let's be honest, you probably don't remember the last time you changed them. So buy all 3 filters at your local Napa and get $20 back. Do it yourself or have it done for you. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care centers. Limit 2 prepaid cards per household while supplies last. Offer ends 10/31/19.
Ladies and gentlemen, now our halftime ceremonies, our homecoming ceremonies, and public address announcer Derek Chappell. Mark. All I'm getting is the music. We apologize for our technical difficulties here. And I believe that's... We apologize once again for the technical difficulties we're having here. Try to get them ironed out. It is 35-0 Bonner Springs with the lead here at halftime as they are announcing the Queen and King candidates here to the crowd at Ottawa Steve Grogan Stadium. Well, folks, we're going to try to fix our issues we have here. We'll take a quick 1-minute break. You're listening to Cyclone Football here on KOFO.
No matter the brand, Adams & Brothers can prepare your home comfort system for the cold Kansas winter ahead. Call them today, 785-242-9273. Adams & Brothers, maintaining your comfort for over 30 years.
Need a recap of the ball game? Subscribe to the Ottawa Herald for their sports page or visit online at ottawaherald.com. A 3-month subscription is only $31.13 plus tax, including internet access. Or get online for only $9.22 a month plus tax. Call 242-4700 or visit ottawaherald.com.
Cyclone fans, stand up and cheer. Ottawa debit cards are here. Show your Cyclone school spirit with an exclusive Ottawa High School debit card. Available only at Arvest Bank. Get yours today by opening a new checking account or upgrading your existing Arvest debit card. Even better, each card supports the Booster Club. Arvest encourages you to support local students and their after-school activities. Stop by their location on 3rd Street in Ottawa to get your Cyclones debit card today. Arvest Bank, member FDIC. Fees may apply.
Well, we're experiencing some technical difficulties in hooking up with the public address system here, so we apologize for that. It is 35-0. Bonner Springs leads here at the half. Bryce Crone has touchdown runs of 2, 34, and 1 yard, and caught a 14-yard touchdown pass from Jonathan Tapia. Tapia also found Armani Washington on a 49-yard touchdown pass, and Bonner also picked up a couple of points on a safety on an intentional grounding call in the end zone. So it's been all Braves here in the first half. Ottawa's had a couple of nice offensive plays. They've gotten it into Bonner territory 3 times, but not been able to hit pay dirt so far here tonight. And the Braves lead it at intermission by the score of 35-0. I think at this point in time, we are going to send it back to the station, hopefully get a report from the KOFO newsroom. It is 35-0 Bonner Springs leading at halftime, and you're listening to Ottawa Cyclone Football on KOFO.
Have you ever walked into a business and been treated so well by the people that work there, you can tell they were meant to do what they do? That's what you feel when you walk into Sutton's Jewelry in downtown Ottawa. For more than 50 years, you've been treated with personal service and attention while being shown the best in high-quality jewelry and accessories. If you want to drive out of town, be treated like a number so an associate can make a commission, and walk out with jewelry like everybody else, go right ahead. But for a unique jewelry buying experience, walk into Sutton's Jewelry at 213 South Main in downtown Ottawa. Open Tuesday through Friday 10 to 5:30, Saturdays 10 to 2. Jason Dials, owner of Dials Construction, only does business one way, the right way, according to Tab White, who recently dialed Dials.
He treated us, I think, like he would like to be treated, with a lot of respect. He definitely operates in the realm of excellence and professionalism. He possesses a great level of integrity.
And that integrity leads to trust.
We gave him the keys to the house. That's how much we trusted him. He's part of our community, and we pretty much consider him part of the family now.
For your next project, dial Dials. 418-8211. 418-8211.
When you have an emergency, who do you call? 911. What do you do if you're unable to speak during your emergency? You text to 911. Franklin County Emergency Communications Center has recently added text to 911 technology as part of the new 911 phone system. Cell phone users can use their phone messaging system to text 911 to contact local dispatch. Phones must have a text or data plan in order to use this service, and phones in roaming mode, text apps, or apps messaging services cannot use this feature. It is important to note, dispatch is unable to determine your location while using this service, so always know your location and include that in your initial text. Remember, if you're able to place a voice call, we're able to help you more quickly. But in the event you are unable to speak, text to 911 will still allow us to get the information we need. Call if you can, text if you can't. For more information, go to kansas911.org or 911.gov. This message has been brought to you by the Franklin County Emergency Communications Center and KOFO.
Pizza time is halftime. I'm Bob Johnson in the KOFO newsroom with this hour's top stories. Jailers and the jailed will soon be getting something new at the Franklin County Jail, a new roof. County Maintenance Director Brandon Sands says 2 roofing companies submitted bids for the project.
We got both of those bids in, and one came in at $119,000. The other was considerably lower at $76,995. So anyway, looking for approval to go ahead and go with Farha Roofing for that project, $76,995.
Sands says he wasn't sure of the reasons for the widespread of the bids. The county commission approved the bid from Farha Roofing unanimously. When the decision was made last Saturday to cancel the Cornstalk Music Festival due to heavy rain and thunderstorms, it was more than just concert goers that suffered. All the food and merchandise vendors and businesses in the community also took a financial hit. Organizers say a year's worth of work was washed away when the decision was made to cancel. Many ticket holders were asking about refunds. However, there is a disclaimer printed on the ticket stating there will be no refunds. Concert officials say the bands, as part of their contract, had to be paid regardless if they took the stage or not. Rescheduling won't be easy. The Cornstalk Board is working feverishly on coming up with an alternative date. Rescheduling is not guaranteed, and they have said they will have information out as soon as possible. October marks the beginning of 4-H enrollment for the upcoming year. Enrollment for all the returning members and new members can be done completely online. Frontier Extension Agent Janae McNally says the sign-up is easy.
If you go to our Frontier District website, click on the 4-H tab and then join, all this information is listed there and it will help you step by step. But you can enroll or re-enroll in the Frontier District. There is a $15 fee associated with that, but if you are not able to do that $15, there is a waiver, which is really easy to fill out. So we don't want to discourage anyone for any reason that wants to be in the 4-H program. We're looking forward to another great year here in the Frontier District and to continue to grow and change and do new things.
She adds that for returning members, they would like to have enrollment done by December 1st. However, everyone is welcome all year. You've got a while to make sure you're eligible for exhibiting in the county fair. That deadline is May 1st. Your exclusive KOFO Weather Center forecast: a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms tonight. Overcast, a low of 56. Tomorrow, 90% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly before 1 in the afternoon. Overcast, a high of 73. Tonight, mostly clear, a low of 47. We'll be back to Steve Grogan Stadium and Gary Bateman after the break. I'm Bob Johnson, KOFO News.
It's late at night. You've been visiting family and you're on your way home. You didn't see the deer in front of you until it was too late. Everyone is safe. Your vehicle did its job and protected you. Now you get to find out if your auto insurance does the same. It will, because you have State Farm Auto Insurance through local agent Keith King in Ottawa.
I'm State Farm Insurance Agent Keith King. Let's work together to be sure your vehicle has the coverage you need. Call and schedule an appointment today at 242-9435. Stop by my office at 111 South Main in Ottawa or visit online at keithking.net.
Jason Dials, owner of Dials Construction, only does business one way, the right way, according to Tab White, who recently dialed Dials.
He treated us, I think, like he would like to be treated, with a lot of respect. He definitely operates in the realm of excellence and professionalism. He possesses a great level of integrity.
And that integrity leads to trust.
We gave him the keys to the house. That's how much we trusted him. He's part of our community, and we pretty much consider him part of the family now.
For your next project, dial Dials. 418-8211. 418-8211.
Riley's back. It's a miracle, all thanks to a brand new treatment that's only available here in the U.S.
But Nancy Pelosi's drug plan would dry up life-saving innovation. Pelosi's plan means sweeping price controls and importing socialist policies from countries where drug access lags the U.S. by years. Innovation will be penalized with a new 65 to 95% tax on drug sales. In Medicare, the bill hits manufacturers with a massive new charge. America's free market in medicines is the innovation engine for the world and key to our economy. Socialist price controls and giant tax hikes will grind it to a halt. Tell your congressman to fight the Pelosi approach. No tax increases, no price controls, no creeping socialism. Let's support market-based reforms and competition.
Goal! Oh yeah, that's the way to compete.
Paid for by Americans for Tax Reform. Visit atr.org.
Back here at Steve Grogan Stadium, homecoming night here for the Ottawa Cyclones. Football game has not gone their way. 35-0 Bonner Springs with the lead. We do have the homecoming queen and king for you. The homecoming queen is Miss Addison Morris, and the homecoming king is Adrian Aho. So Addison Morris is your queen Adrian Aho is the king. So the dance, I think, is later on this evening, if I'm not mistaken. And so it'll still be a happy homecoming, but right now the football game not going Ottawa's way as they're down 35-0. Let's take a look at other scores that we have. Some of these are halftime scores, others are not. Silver Lake was leading Central Heights. I believe that was a second quarter score, 21-0. Wellsville, and this was still in the second quarter. We don't have a halftime score on it yet. 48-0 over Bishop Ward. That is our KOFO Game of the Week. Luke Queen is bringing you the play-by-play of that one on KOFO.com. Our last score on West Franklin and McLeod, the Falcons had a 6-0 lead on McLeod. Paola at the half leading Baldwin 42-0. At halftime, Lewisburg leading Eudora 17-0. Tonganoxie and Piper are now in the third period, with the Chieftains hanging on to a 1-point lead, 7-6. At halftime, DeSoto was leading Spring Hill 7-0. Anderson County at last count was up on Girard 21-14. It was Santa Fe Trail 15, Perry Lecompton 6 at the half. At halftime, Iola 20, Osawatomie 7. Northern Heights was leading Linden. That game was late second quarter, 21-20. No score to report to you on Osage City and Oskaloosa and Rural Valley and Meridazine Valley. Also we had one other score we wanted to pass along to you, and that was Prairie View had taken the lead on Burlington. I think the score there was 8-0. I'll have to, 14-6. An 8-point lead, 14-6 Prairie View leading Burlington this evening. And that is our scoreboard at this point. And let's give you the update on the baseball scores. Earlier today, the Atlanta Braves even their series with the St. Louis Cardinals shutting out St. Louis 3-0. And Houston took a 1-0 lead in their 5-game series against Tampa Bay, winning 6-2. New York Yankees and the Minnesota Twins are in the bottom of the fifth at Yankee Stadium, and it's all tied up 3-3. Later on this evening, Los Angeles Dodgers hosting the Washington Nationals. We'll take a 2-minute break here, come back with more. Bonner Springs with the lead here at the half, 35-0. And you're listening to Cyclone Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
I came here to run cross country, and it ended up being way different than I thought it was going to be. It's unlike anything I've ever been a part of to be on the team. Everyone is so completely different. There are people you never thought you'd be friends with, nothing like your outside friends, but somehow you all click to be the same and have the same interests, but yet completely different. Everyone's always there for you. It's not just about running. Friendships and families like they're your siblings when you're away from home. That's what it means to be a part of the Braves cross country and track team, to be a family.
Be a Brave. Visit ottawa.edu.
If you have frequent heartburn, take control of it with Prilosec OTC. Instead of stashing antacids everywhere, like in your junk drawer, buried under old batteries and hotel pens, or in your purse, hiding in the one pocket you won't check. You even have antacids on your nightstand, which are very hard to see in the dark. It's time you stopped stashing antacids and started taking Prilosec OTC. 1 pill a day, 24 hours, zero heartburn.
It's possible with Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days, not for immediate relief.
KOFO and Peckham's Pumpkin Patch, with the assistance from Gardner Disposal Service and Pleasant Ridge Farms, present the 14th Annual Old Mary's Chili Cook-Off, a benefit for the Franklin County Cancer Foundation. The Pumpkin Patch will open tomorrow, 10 o'clock, with tasting and voting between 11 and 2. Winning results announced at 2:30. There will be prizes awarded for Best Taste, Best Showmanship, and Overall Champion. Admission is just $5 and allows you to taste and vote for your favorite in each category, and participate in all activities such as the hay maze, the bounce house, the rubber duck race, the beanbag games, board games, and the hay ride down to the pumpkin patch. The Optimus Club barrel train will provide rides for the kids too. This cook-off will be more competitive than ever, with more teams than ever before. Stop by 2710 Vermont Road for the 14th Annual Old Mary's Chili Cook-Off from Peckham's Pumpkin Patch and KOFO.
Braves are back out of the locker room. Cyclones have yet to arrive. Let's get through today, this week's OHS sports calendar. It's pretty busy. Volleyball is in action at the OHS Invitational tomorrow. Then they are on the road at Tonganoxie on Tuesday for a match, and at Sumner Academy on Thursday. Cross country runs at the Baldwin Invitational tomorrow, and then on Thursday they'll be over in Lewisburg to run. Girls tennis is at Topeka West tomorrow. Boys soccer, a couple of matches this week. Tuesday at Bonner Springs, Thursday here at home against Tonganoxie. And girls golf plays on Monday at the Anderson County Invitational down in Garnett. I want to remind you once again that we have Ottawa University football tomorrow, as the Braves on the road will travel to Hillsboro to meet the Sabre Blue Jays. The kickoff schedule for 1:30. Bob Johnson will have pregame for you at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon right here on 1220 and 103.7 FM. Also on the OU sports calendar, women's volleyball plays at Bethany tomorrow. On Wednesday, they're back home to face McPherson in KCAC play. And next Friday, they will be at a tournament hosted by Grandview University out of Des Moines. Soccer on the road tomorrow at McPherson, then back home on Tuesday to take on the Friends Falcons. And cross-country runs tomorrow at the Cowboy Jamboree. So that's a look at the sports calendar for both Ottawa High School and Ottawa University. Next week, of course, we'll be on the road at Eudora for a 7 o'clock kickoff Friday night, 6:40 for our pregame show following Friday Night Lights. A score update for you from Baldwin, where Paola has scored again in the third period. Their lead is now 49-0 over the Bulldogs. Paola will move to 5-0 on the season this evening. Also looking to move 5-0, the Tonganoxie Chieftains. They're on top of Piper in the third quarter, 7-6. We'll keep you updated on that and all the scores that we get. We're trying to kind of leaf through here and see what we've got right now. We had our last score from our game of the week, 48-0, Wellsville leading Bishop Ward. Northern Heights and Linden are now at the half. And that game, in fact, that game probably is about ready to get started with the second half. Northern Heights and Linden both undefeated coming into tonight's action, and Northern Heights on top by 1, 21-20. High school football scoreboard show comes your way in a little less than an hour and a half right here on KOFO. Cyclones have some work to do here. They'll get the ball to start the third period. Bonner Springs has a 2-yard run by Bryce Crone, capping off a 67-yard 4-play drive. Then Crone from 34 yards out late in the first period. Kick was no good on that one to make it 13-0 at the end of the quarter. Then the Braves picked up a safety on an intentional grounding call in the end zone. Scored on a 1-yard run by Crone, his third touchdown of the night. Zachary Reno added the extra point. And then Jonathan Tapia, first of 2 touchdown passes, this one going 49 yards to Armani Washington. And then after an interception, Tapia found Crone for a 14-yard scoring pass. The kick was blocked. That's where we're at right now, 35-0 the score as we head to the third quarter of play. Yankees have taken the lead on the Twins. It's now 5-3 New York. Game in the top of the 6th. That could be quite the slugfest. That series is both the Yankees and the Twins just shattered the all-time single-season home run record for teams with over 300 apiece this season. But right now it's the Yankees on top by 2 in the top of the 6th. No more score updates to pass along to you, but we will keep our eye on the scoreboard and let you know when we do have things. Want to keep a close eye on that West Franklin McLeod score, as both those teams looking for their first win of the year. That Northern Heights Linden game, very important in the Class 1A district, and Linden down by 1 at intermission. Tonganoxie and Piper, that's an important game, as both teams playing for seeding in Class 4A, and Tonganoxie with a 1-point lead over the Pirates at half. Paola and Baldwin now at the end of 3. Panthers 49, Bulldogs nothing. Sprague will kick it off. He's not kicked anything deeper than 15 yards the entire game. This one will go more than that, and it will roll out of bounds at around the 20, so Ottawa will get good field position to start the drive. We'll see if the Cyclones can get something going offensively here in this second half. They'll have the ball at the 35, 1st and 10. Trip receivers near side, single man far side. Kessinger out of the shotgun. Looks like he's got Clevenger back there with him. Pitch goes to Clevenger, and block was missed, and Clevenger's going to lose yardage back to the 32. Actually, that was Morris on the carry. So 2nd down, 13. This time the Cyclones have a double wing formation. Handoff straight up the middle, and again Morris with nothing. In fact, lost 2 yards back to the 31. Oh, it was Cale Lane instead. Iola leads Osawatomie at the end of 3 tonight, 20-7. Mustangs are looking for their first win of the year. Third and 14. Here comes the blitz being shown. They back out of it, though. Kessinger with all sorts of time now is running for his life. Got a block, gets a pass away, and the pass is intercepted. That is Ethan Byers, and he's going to take this one, it looks like, all the way to the house. Touchdown, Bonner Springs. Well, there is a certain amount of irony right there, as Ethan Byers is Caleb Kessinger's cousin. And he goes 47 yards with the interception return. And that makes the score 41-0. Kessinger's 3rd interception of the night. They went out of this swinging gate, and Crone runs it in for the 2-point conversion. So there's timeout on the field with 10:21 to play in the 3rd quarter. Score is now Bonner Springs 43 and Ottawa nothing. We'll have the kickoff in 30 seconds. You're listening to Cyclone Football on KOFO.
Cyclone fans, stand up and cheer. Ottawa debit cards are here. Show your Cyclone school spirit with an exclusive Ottawa High School debit card, available only at Arvest Bank. Get yours today by opening a new checking account or upgrading your existing Arvest debit card. Even better, each card supports the Booster Club. Arvest encourages you to support local students and their after-school activities. Stop by their location on 3rd Street in Ottawa to get your Cyclones debit card today. Arvest Bank, member FDIC. Fees may apply.
43-0 Bonner Springs, and there's an injured Cyclone that they're tending to at the goal line on that two-point conversion run by Crone. He is going to get to his feet and walk off under his own power. So Bonner now leads this game 43-0. And again, it's just impossible for us to tell these numbers from up here. That may be Cubison. I believe it is Seth Cubison. He is walking around, though, so looks like he is okay. Richards and Aho are back deep. Anderson County has scored. They now lead Girard 28-14. Big 3A district game down at Garnett tonight. Sprague will kick it off. He's still trying to find that gap that he can put that little pooch kick. This is a line drive kick, fielded by an up back at the 35, and looking to get around the corner, and doing so, 45, 50, and out of bounds into Bonner Springs territory. And that is Adrian Aho on the return. And Ottawa has it to start this drive in Bonner territory at the 45-yard line. I believe the last three Ottawa drives, with the exception of right before half, have ended in an interception. So let's see what happens this time. Kessinger under center. He'll hand it off to the up back, and maybe a yard there and nothing more. Pickup of a yard, 2nd down and 9. Iola has scored again. They lead Osawatomie 26-7 now. On 2nd down, Kessinger has the ball knocked away and recovered by Bonner Springs. Blitzing through there was Bryce Crone. Kessinger lost the handle, and Bonner Springs has it at the OHS 45. Turnover number 4 on the night. That is the offensive line right there. That should not happen. Halftime score from Pomona. West Franklin and McLeod all tied up 6-6. Crone out of the Wildcat. Breaks it to the outside. He's close to 1st down yardage at around the 35-yard line. Lewisburg and Eudora at the end of 3 quarters now, and Wildcats lead the Cardinals 17-0. 11-yard pickup, 1st and 10. Crone out of the shotgun. actually out of the Wildcat formation. He will keep it himself up the middle. He's inside the 30. He's down to around the 27, maybe the 28. That'll be a gain of about 7 yards. And bring up 2nd down and 3. Tapia is back in at the quarterback spot. He hands it off to the tailback. That's a new tailback. Short gain on the play, but enough for a 1st down. Looks like James Andrzejewski. Keeping his Tapia, turns the corner, gets it inside the 15, down to around the 13-yard line. Pickup of 8 on the play, 2nd down 2. 7:30 to play in the 3rd. Bonner Springs on top of Ottawa 43-0. Tapia looks to throw. Now will step up and run it. He's to the 10, he's to the 5, and dropped inside the 2-yard line. At the end of 3 quarters, Tonganoxie leads Piper 7-6. That's quite a ball game up at Piper tonight. First and goal, and Crone is back in the game. Crone off the left guard, and he will be in. Touchdown, Bonner Springs. For Bryce Crone, his 5th touchdown on the evening. It's 49-0 with the extra point attempt coming up. Reno will kick it. And the kick is up, and it is good. 6:37 to play in the 3rd quarter. Bonner Springs has hit the half-century mark. They lead Ottawa 50-0, and will have the kickoff in 30 seconds. This is Ottawa High School football on KOFO.
Hi, this is Laura Hibberts, pharmacist at Kramer Pharmacy in downtown Ottawa. Legacy Square is complete, and now you have even more convenient access to all of your prescription needs at Kramer Pharmacy, your local Ottawa pharmacy at 134 South Main. Call 242-2055 or visit kramerrx.com.
We hope you enjoyed Royals baseball in 2019 on KOFO. Thanks to State Farm agent Ryan Dispro, All Seasons Air Conditioning and Heating, and Builder's Choice Concrete. Always loyal to the boys in blue, our sponsors, and KOFO 1220 and 103.7 FM.
45-yard scoring drive for Bonner Springs. Bryce Crone with his 5th touchdown of the night. Sprague will once again kick it off. And a little pop-up kick that'll be fielded by Aho at about the 26. And fighting his way forward out to around the 33. 1st and 10 for the Cyclones, and we now have a running clock. Running clock the rest of the evening now. Tonganoxie has scored. They lead Piper 14-6, that game in the fourth quarter, early fourth quarter. Kessinger looks to throw, steps up in the pocket, avoids a man, now will run it. He's going to be hit as he reaches the out of bounds, the sideline over there, and picks up about 4 yards on the scramble. Northern Heights has kicked a field goal. They lead Linden 24-20 midway through the third period. Second and 6. Kessinger to throw, has a man, catch is made, and into Bonner Springs territory to the 45-yard line. A little quick slant that time. That was, I believe, Richards on the catch. Well, no, actually, I think that might have been Eric Dunaway. First and 10, Ottawa at the 45. Handoff, Clevenger off the right side, running hard, 40, 35, has a first down. So Ottawa High moves the chains. Bonner brings the first string defense back in. Really, Compton has taken the lead on Santa Fe Trail. Cause lead the Chargers now 26-21. Rolling is Kessinger. He'll just throw it away. He was under some pressure. Another score for the Paola Panthers. They're shutting out Baldwin tonight, 56-0. Osawatomie has scored, cutting the lead to 26-15 down at Iola. Second and 10. Kessinger looks, throws a deep ball down the field. That's just up for grabs, and that's going to be intercepted. Flag is thrown, and man brought down at around the 37. Looked like that was Jay Smith with the interception. That was a ill-advised throw right there by Kessinger. He just threw it up for grabs. Block in the back is the call against Bonner Springs. Linden answered this field goal by Northern Heights with a kickoff return for a touchdown, but they missed the extra point. They lead Northern Heights now 26-24. Ball spotted at the 26, first and 10. Crone in the lineup in the Wildcat. I'll check that, I'm sorry. That is not Crone with the snap. Ball is handed off to Crone, though, and he will get yardage out near the 35. That'll be a gain of about 8. Clock is running. So that play is going to be called back. There's a penalty on Bonner Springs. Like a hold. It'll move it back to about the 16. DeSoto has scored again. They've upped their lead over Spring Hill to 14-0. Pass out the flat, nearly picked off. It was intended for Rashad Dockery. Defended on the play by Colin Creech. Second down and long. Clock inside a minute to play here in the third. Bonner Springs leads Ottawa 50-0. Deep ball down the sideline. The pass will be complete. And Ottawa will be called for pass interference. Or was the catch made? Evidently the catch was not made. Dylan Ochoa is now in at quarterback. But Ottawa would be guilty of pass interference there. The man did not turn around and got his hands up, and can't do that. So we're going to say no flag on the play, just an incomplete pass. Piper scored, but they missed the two-point conversion. Tonganoxie still leads 14-12, about 8 minutes to go. And that is the end of the third quarter here with the score. Bonner Springs 50, Ottawa nothing. We'll take a 1-minute break. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM. KOFO.
Hi, this is Laura Hibberts, pharmacist at Kramer Pharmacy in downtown Ottawa. Legacy Square is complete, and now you have even more convenient access to all of your prescription needs at Kramer Pharmacy, your local Ottawa pharmacy at 134 South Main. Call 242-2055 or visit KramerRx.com.
No matter the brand, Adamson Brothers can prepare your home comfort system for the cold Kansas winter ahead. Call them today, 785-242-9273. Adamson Brothers, maintaining your comfort for over 30 years.
Whenever it rains, it's hard not to think about all the folks right here in our community who have no roofs over their heads, no way to dry off, no relief from the storm. Wouldn't it be nice to give them a dry place to sleep tonight, or a warm cup of soup, or just a simple umbrella? Well, you can by giving to the Salvation Army, where every donation fights for good. Visit GiveWestwood.org now to help fund programs that provide shelter, food, and hope to our neighbors most in need.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
Fourth quarter set to get underway here. Bonner Springs faces a third down and 21 at their own 15. Keeping is Crone. He'll pick up yardage to the 20, but it'll be a punting situation here. Paola has beaten Baldwin tonight 56-0. Anderson County leads Girard 28-21 with 6:20 to play in the game. Scores and reports tonight on the high school football scoreboard show. 10 o'clock here on KOFO. Toppy the kick, gets it away. Aho fields at the 41. Got a good block. He's across the 50, 45, to the 40, down to the 39. So a good starting field position for the Cyclones after a punt return of 20 yards by Dadrian Aho, who is the homecoming king for 2019. Addison Morris was chosen as homecoming queen. Clock starts up again. Cyclones are missing a player on the offensive line. Fortunately for them, the play clock has not started. Clevenger to the right of Kessinger in the backfield. Three-man front for the Braves. Kessinger to throw, steps up, now avoids a man, rolling left, slips, throws, pass incomplete. Linden leads Northern Heights at the end of 3, 26-24. Eudora has scored, but they still trail Lewisburg 17-7. Remember, the Cardinals are Ottawa's opponent next week up at Eudora. And then the week after that, Ottawa gets Lewisburg. Second and 10. Handoff goes up the middle to Clevenger, and Clevenger finding his way down to the 35-yard line for a gain of 4. Third and 6 for the Cyclones at the 35. Kessinger throws, has a man, catch made, short of the first down. Forward progress will be spotted just shy of the 30. That'll bring up a 4th down, and now let's call it 4th and 3 because they moved it back to around the 32. Prairie View's beaten Burlington tonight 22-6, and the Buffaloes remain undefeated. On 4th down, Kessinger in trouble, rolling left, looking to do anything. Now he's going to run it. He'll be stopped shy of the first down at around the 31. So Bonner Springs will take over. Clock is running, 7:35 to play, 50-0 Bonner Springs. Well, that might have been the Cyclones' last real shot at scoring here tonight. They've scored in every game. They only picked up a field goal against Paola and a touchdown against Spring Hill, but they've scored every game so far this year. First and 10, Bonner Springs. And Lake getting on the field here now for Bonner. He is a wide receiver, split to the side. Keeping is Ochoa. He crosses the 35 out to the 37. That'll be a gain of about 4, maybe 5. Second down 5 at the 37. Again, Bonner Springs running players in here. And now we'll have a whistle and a timeout. Stops the clock with 6:07 to play in the game. It's Bonner 50, Ottawa nothing. We'll return in 30 seconds. You're listening to Cyclone Football on KOFO.
Geico presents Monster Counseling.
Dracula, tell me how you're feeling. No one understands how lonely it is. No one will even let me into their house. I knock and I knock, but they ignore me. Uh-huh. What else? I look in the mirror and I don't even see myself anymore. If you don't see yourself clearly, can you really expect others to? I'm having a breakthrough.
It's not easy to be a vampire, but with Geico, it's super easy to switch and save hundreds on your car insurance.
Second down 5 for the Braves. And a keeper by I'll check that he got the ball handed off. Gain out to about the 40. That was Brandon Andrews on the carry. 3rd and 2. And Ochoa on the keeper. He'll be hit and stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And the Cyclones broke through that time. And it'll be a 4th down situation. Aho will once again drop back in single safety. Oh, bad snap over the head of Andrews. He picks it up. Now he's going to look to run it. And he will be stopped at the line of scrimmage, and Ottawa will get it with under 5 minutes to go with excellent field position. Ball at the 34-yard line, 1st and 10. Linden scored again. Their lead over Northern Heights, 34-24, early 4th quarter. Handoff straight up the middle. And loose ball. Scramble for it. And the Cyclones get it back, but they lost yardage all the way back to the 40, which will be 2nd down and 15. Second and 15, Ottawa. Handoff right up the middle. And a good run there, fighting his way forward. Not sure if that was Morris or Clevenger. The gain all the way down to the 30. So that's a pickup of 10. It'll be 3rd and about 6. West Franklin has scored again. They lead McLeod 20-6, late 3rd period. Third and 6, 2:33 to go. And a sweep. That is Aho. And Aho will pick up the 1st down, it appears, to about the 20-yard line. Is there a flag? One of the officials over to talk to the referee. Yes, there is a flag, and it's against Ottawa. It'll be a hold, spotted at the 30. So that clock continues to tick. It's under 2 minutes to go now. DeSoto beats Spring Hill tonight, 14-0. 3rd down and 10. Gessinger to throw. Throws a deep ball. He's got a man open, and a pass is caught inside. No, they say it fell out. Ruled incomplete. And so it'll be 4th and 10 back at the 35. Anderson County has scored late in the ball game. They lead Girard 35-21. Clock's going to tick inside a minute now. Wellsville has won tonight, 48-6 over Bishop Ward. 4th and 10. Kessinger under pressure, rolls away from it, looks, sets up, throws downfield. Pass is going to be incomplete. And the Braves will take over on downs, and I don't think they'll even have to run a play. Yeah, clock is just going to run out here. And your final from Steve Grogan Stadium tonight, Bonner Springs 50, Ottawa nothing. We'll be back to wrap things up in a couple of minutes. You're listening to Cyclone Football on KOFO.
Napa know-how. Now at Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care centers, get a $20 prepaid Visa gift card when you buy oil, air, and cabin air filters. Because let's be honest, you probably don't remember the last time you changed them. So buy all 3 filters at your local Napa and get $20 back. Do it yourself or have it done for you. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care centers. Limit 2 prepaid cards per household while supplies last. Offer ends 10/31/19.
If you have frequent heartburn, take control of it with Prilosec OTC. Instead of stashing antacids everywhere, like in your junk drawer, buried under old batteries and hotel pens, or in your purse, hiding in the one pocket you won't check. You even have antacids on your nightstand, which are very hard to see in the dark. It's time you stopped stashing antacids and started taking Prilosec OTC. 1 pill a day, 24 hours, 0 heartburn.
It's possible with Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days, not for immediate relief.
Whenever it rains, it's hard not to think about all the folks right here in our community who have no roofs over their heads, no way to dry off, no relief from the storm. Wouldn't it be nice to give them a dry place to sleep tonight, or a warm cup of soup, or just a simple umbrella? Well, you can by giving to the Salvation Army, where every donation fights for good. Visit givewestwood.org now to help fund programs that provide shelter, food, and hope to our neighbors most in need.
Geico presents Monster Counseling.
Dracula, tell me how you're feeling. No one understands how lonely it is. No one will even let me into their house. I knock and I knock, but they ignore me. Uh-huh. What else? I look in the mirror and I don't even see myself anymore. If you don't see yourself clearly, can you really expect others to? I'm having a breakthrough.
It's not easy to be a vampire, but with Geico, it's super easy to switch and save hundreds on your car insurance.
Napa know-how.
Now at Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care centers, get a $20 prepaid Visa gift card when you buy oil, air, and cabin air filters. Because let's be honest, you probably don't remember the last time you changed them. So buy all 3 filters at your local Napa and get $20 back. Do it yourself or have it done for you. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care centers. Limit 2 prepaid cards per household while supplies last. Offer ends 10/31/19.
Bonner Springs Braves with a dominant performance here tonight as they shut out the Ottawa Cyclones 50-0. Bonner took the lead early on their opening drive. They went 67 yards in 4 plays. Bryce Crone scoring from the 2. First of 5 touchdowns for the senior here this evening. Bonner Springs got another touchdown in the first period. It was a 34-yard by Crone, capping off a 77-yard drive. Midway through the second period, Cyclones called for intentional grounding in the end zone for a safety to make it 15-0 at that point. Then after the free kick, Bonner went 75 yards and scored on a 1-yard Crone run. They got the ball back, and this time Jonathan Tapia went to work. The quarterback hit Armani Washington for a strike, 49 yards for a score. Ottawa threw an interception, and Tapia again throwing a touchdown pass, this one going 14 yards to Crone. Early third period, Ethan Byers intercepted a Caleb Kessinger pass and returned it 47 yards for a score, and the scoring concluding with a 1-yard run by Crone, and Ottawa falls to 1-4, and Bonner Springs improves tonight to 3-2. Again, the final 50-0. Cyclones back in action a week from tonight at Eudora, 6:40 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff, and we'll have the action for you on KOFO. 50-0 is your final. Cyclones lose to Bonner Springs. This is Gary Bateman saying so long from Steve Grogan Stadium.
We hope you enjoyed this broadcast of Ottawa Cyclone football on KOFO. Brought to you by Quality Structures Incorporated, Dingle & Son Mortuary, Sutton's Jewelry, Admin Health Ottawa, and by Ottawa University, Kramer Pharmacy, Ottawa Recreation Commission, and Lamb Roberts Funeral Home. Our Cyclone game sponsors also include Cosentino's Price Chopper, Kansas State Bank, Adamson Brothers Heating and Cooling, CarStar, Arvest Bank, the Ottawa Herald, and the City of Ottawa, Dials Construction, State Farm Insurance Agent Keith King, and Fusion Alley with Primetime Grill coming soon. For more information about Ottawa Cyclone football broadcasts, visit the KOFO sports page at KOFO.com. This has been an exclusive presentation from your sports source for East Central Kansas, KOFO.
Your source for information and entertainment in East Central Kansas. 1220 and 103.7 FM, KOFO.
In back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a